Not showing play.
Well, everybody's talking about the snow this weekend. The Razorbacks are talking about LSU. 7:30 Saturday night. We'll have a preview tomorrow on the Razorback Report.
We'll return tomorrow with more of the Arkansas Blue Cross Razorback Report. Get international health insurance before you need it. Find short and long-term options at arkbluecross.com. And take good care, Arkansas.
As MNB continues to grow, we want you to know the one thing that will never change is the way we do business. We still make the process of securing a loan simple and straightforward with a staff of experienced and professional loan officers. MNB has a variety of products and services to fit your individual requirements. Whether it's buying a new home, starting a new business, or expanding your business, our rates are extremely competitive. You keep moving forward. At MNB, we've got your back. Check us out at mnbbank.com.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Unstoppable, unmistakable. Defender is built for those who carve their own path. At Land Rover Little Rock, experience the legendary capability, rugged design, and modern technology that make Defender a true icon. Whether it's city streets or untamed terrain, Defender delivers strength with style. This is more than a drive, it's a mission. Visit Land Rover Little Rock off I-430 and test drive the Defender today. Learn more at LandRoverLittleRock.com.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Pat Walker.
It's going to be a mainly cloudy and mild day. A little breezy with a high of 50 in Little Rock. Tonight, cloudy and cold down to 33. Tomorrow, just a high of 39. Then our winter storm will be starting tomorrow night. Tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday are Arkansas Storm Team Alert days. With the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Pat Walker.
Are you hungry? Something new, $25, all you can eat, sushi rolls, soup, salad, Benihana rice. Come at Benihana's Monday through Thursday.
Experience the unmistakable difference today at D3 Auto Sales in Des Arc or West Memphis. D3 Auto Sales is your home for quality used trucks, SUVs, and cars from all top brands, specializing in unique customized lifted and leveled used trucks, including four-wheel drives. And this commitment to excellence extends to their full-service 10-bay service department as well. Also, looking to trade in or sell your vehicle? D3 Auto Sales pays top dollar for your pre-owned vehicle. D3AutoSales.com.
It's cold. Like, why did I leave the house cold? That's why you stop at Family Market for a hot cup of community coffee. Bean the cup every time. So, yes, it's fresh. And here's where it gets smart. Buy a large community coffee and you get 5 cents off a gallon of All-American Valero gas with your Family Market rewards card. Now, let's talk Big Mondays. That's premium grade gas for the price of mid-grade gas. Unless you're mad at your money, I honestly don't know why you wouldn't have a rewards card. Because when you shop and save at Family Market, you never pay full price for gas. Ever. And it's not just gas. Grab chips, protein bars, sodas, or go healthy with salads, sandwiches, and Topo Chico water. Yeah, the good stuff. Plus fountain drinks and more hot community coffee. And remember, every large drink knocks 5 cents off a gallon. Visit Family Market stores in Pangburn, Shannon Hills, Malvern, Mayflower, Hot Springs, and Wooster. No store near you yet? Relax. One's coming, and you'll be glad it did. Family Market. Shop smart, save money, stay warm.
At Capital Technology Group, we make your technology our priority. There are so many threats to IT these days, and we're here to help protect your data and devices. We're also by your side when things simply go wrong, whether it's servers crashing or printers breaking. We cover it all for our clients in all types of businesses, and with over 80 years of history in Arkansas, you can trust Capital Technology Group to be your business technology partner. Sign up for a free consultation at CapTG.
Live from the TruService Credit Union Studios, this is Out of Bounds with Wes Moore and Joe Franklin on 103.7 The Buzz.
But now I'm counting this. Parmesan with my accountant lips. In fact, I'm down in this. You say with my boobay tastes like Kool-Aid for the analyst. Girl, I can buy your Westie world with my base stuff. I know that it's good. Won't you sit it on my taste buds? I get way too petty once you let me do the extras. Pull up on your block and break it down. We playing Tetris. AM to the PM, PM to the AM phone. Eat up your per diem. You just gotta hate them phone. If I quit your BM, I still rock Mercedes phone. If I quit this season, I still be the greatest funk. My left stroke just went viral.
All right, what's up? What's going on, everybody? Wes Moore, Joe Franklin with you. It is Out of Bounds on this Thursday. T-minus 8 hours and counting until the weather arrives. We'll find out. Joel Young, Fox 16 chief meteorologist, is going to join us in about 40 minutes. We'll get the very latest from him about the arrival time, what they're thinking. Sounds like some sleet, more sleet than anything right now. I'll take that over the freezing rain. But maybe there's another shift in the pattern and we get more snow than anything.
That's what they talked about in class yesterday, my daughter's class. The fact that the line had moved and it increased the chances of power outages because they were hoping for more snow. They actually talked about that in class? In a science class.
Need to teach the kids all about weather. It's good to know. The roads are going to be a mess.
Well, it's science, so
it is.
You're going to learn about that in there.
It is. It's going to be a mess. I mean, whether it's sleet, it's freezing rain, whether it's going to be snow, and then the cold temperatures, bitter cold temperatures, it's going to hang around for a while. So who knows? By the way, I went to Kroger last night.
Ridiculous. On a Wednesday.
And I'm glad I went on a Wednesday. But I was in there for an hour and 5 minutes. And normally my trips to Kroger, 25. Lines, and look, I get it. They were just pounded with people, and but I got it done. and then my wife's like, "Did you buy enough food in case we're stuck for a week?" And I was like, "Yeah, I think we're good for a week. I think we're good. I don't want to go back to Kroger."
Oh well, there's not going to be anything left at Kroger to go back to. That's I'm not going to say that specifically, but that's kind of what it is. These grocery stores. People are going in there and buying all the items. Mm-hmm. And there was a store yesterday, couldn't even get in the parking lot. All the spaces were gone.
Oh, my gosh.
People driving around the parking lot.
Wow.
Yeah. And then when you get in the store, now you can't get out the store because the line from self-checkout was all the way down the aisle and wrapped around to the next aisle.
Yeah. It was crazy. I've never seen lines like that before. There were no shopping carts. I had to go outside. And look, and the dude was going back and forth, just bringing carts. He was working his tail off. But I just went and got my own cart and took it in and fought the madness. Then, by the way, I went last night and saw Mean Girls.
Oh, yeah?
And, of course, I'm biased because my daughter's in it. It was awesome. It was really good. Stage 13 putting it on out at Wildwood. All right, here's the unfortunate news. Tonight may be the last night. They've already canceled Friday night. They've canceled the matinee Saturday. They're hoping they can get in a show Sunday, but I'm like, guys, I don't think it looks good.
Yeah, that could be dicey.
They could have something next week, maybe, but they're still in the plans. But if you want to go, tonight is the night to go and see it. You know, we had Annie came in with Sasha, two of the stars of the show.
Yeah.
They were awesome. Sasha killed it. Annie killed it. It was so much fun, and just and it's not just the actors and actresses, the costumes, the lighting, the stage. It was really good production. I was very surprised. You know, not surprised because I know what they do.
They put a lot of hard work into it.
Very pleased, and that's the shame of it all. That's what I hate about it. These kids and adults are in it that put 2 weeks of just rehearsing. You know, that's what it's all about. You know, in football, baseball, basketball, whatever, you do all this practicing to play the game. Well, they do all this rehearsing to put on a show, and they only get to probably put on 2 shows. That sucks for them.
Yeah,
I hate it.
that does.
I hate it for them. So if you want to see it and you were thinking about seeing it this weekend, go tonight. And this is a huge theater. Last night it was a big crowd last night, and a lot of people had already started changing their tickets from Saturday to Wednesday and Saturday to Thursday or Sunday. So there was a great crowd last night, and then that just helps it too.
Oh,
you know,
yeah, absolutely.
that's just like an athlete. When you got a big crowd, you just play harder, better. You're into it. Last night, huge crowd, and they put on a show, and the crowd was awesome. So anyway, just a little public service announcement for those kids and the adults. If you want to see it, go see it tonight. And
so there are tickets still available for tonight?
Oh, that's what the thing is. It's a big theater.
Okay.
Like we had there was over 200, I think 250 people there last night, and there was still plenty of seats. Plenty of seats. I got to ask. It may be the biggest theater in Central Ark. Maybe the Rep's bigger. Of course, Robinson Center, you know that, but that's an auditorium.
Right.
But as far as a theater for putting on productions like that, it may be the biggest. I don't know. So yeah, there's room. They can
go get your tickets.
Yeah, go get your tickets. I missed the 2 SEC games last night because I was watching that.
And at the grocery store before.
A&M takes care of business, man. I think A&M and Buckyball's for real. You know, who was it we had yesterday? Was talking about maybe the biggest test, the only test they have left is going to be, you know, a quality win at home is Kentucky. I think A&M could be a quality win at home. I think A&M's going to hang around the top. And then Kentucky holds off Texas 85-80. So Kentucky looked dead in the water against LSU like, oh, my God, this Kentucky team may not be very good this year. Pope is going to be catching some heat. They've turned it around and picked up a big win over Texas last night.
Well, there was a case of people trying to count them out too early and just saying that they weren't going to be the same. And there's a lot of ball left to be played, so you have to let it play out.
By the way, I need to give you this. I got a text from Cabot, and Coach is ready for us, and they just sent his number. So he's going. We can call him, and he is ready to go. If you haven't heard the news yet, Cabot has a new head coach in football, and Lance Clark from Marion is taking over the Cabot Panthers program. That news was announced this morning, and he is going to be introduced at 1:45 there at Cabot High School. And I wanted to get Coach Clark on here as soon as we could, and so he's agreed to come on the show before he introduces the Cabot. So we get to introduce him to y'all before he gets introduced there at Cabot. So pretty cool thing. And Coach Clark is and what he did at Marion, and honestly, I love the hire for Cabot. I haven't asked around to my coaching buddies to get their opinion, but I think this is a very good move for Cabot, and I think it's going to create some excitement. And I know Cabot is ready to get up there to start competing with the Bryant and especially Conway. That Cabot-Conway is a good little rivalry. They're tired of losing to Conway, and that's going to be the challenge, to take Cabot from where they are now to upper echelon and competing with Bryant and Conway every single year. But we'll ask Coach Clark about that here in a few minutes. Also coming up on the show, I told you Joel Young at 1:45, Richard Davenport at 2:10. We'll get his recruiting thoughts on some basketball guys. Arkansas is on some top guys. Shocker, right? Arkansas is on some top guys. I got excited because I saw this five-star, one of these big-time dudes, had Arkansas in his Final Four, and he was a strong-looking kid. And I was like, is this football? And I was like, oh, no, that's basketball. Should know better than that. But Richard can talk about that and the portal and get his final thoughts on the portal class for the University of Arkansas. And there is a story. I saved this, and we're going to have to talk about it. It's a Clemson linebacker that is now going to transfer to Ole Miss. But the story behind it is going to blow your mind, and it's going to make some of you sick. So I think that's a pretty good tease. Also, I saw this too. I wanted to talk about it. Coach Calipari on his postgame show last Tuesday night was talking to the fans, season ticket holders, and he was pleading with them to, if they had some season, they weren't going to use their tickets, we got to find a way to figure out how to give those tickets away to students or to policemen, firefighters, medical personnel. We got to fill these seats. And today he took to Twitter, and they have come up with a way to transfer your tickets. And so he's really pushing that for those season ticket holders. If they can't go to the game, especially on Saturday because of the weather, transfer your tickets to HogTix, that's an X, HOGTIX, at uark.edu. And they're going to redistribute those tickets to students so that they can go. All right, let's talk high school football now. Lance Clark, the new head coach of the Cabot Panthers, joins us. What's up, Coach? How are you?
Man, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good, man. Well, we're all preparing for the storm. Hey, welcome to Central Arkansas. And here comes the snow.
I'm glad to be back in Central Arkansas. I was here for 3 years, back 18, 19, 20, so I'm glad to be back.
All right. How do you? What was it about Cabot that made you said, heck yeah, I want to be the coach there?
Well, first off, Coach Scott is, a Hall of Famer, and, him stepping aside, I knew the program would be in good position. And then him stepping aside to be athletic director, you can't find a better athletic director. And then when I got to meet everybody, meet Dr. Bird, Mr. Fasanelli, kind of all the leadership here, extremely impressive. ultimately it's just a really great community. And that stuck out to me and my wife immediately. So it was a chance to coach 7A football and, the Central and have all sorts of great players, and you want to be, go against the best, and we want to be the best. And it's just a great operation, and it's a great setup, and it's a great situation for my family.
When I think of Marion last year, and you guys had some dudes, and you guys played hard. It was a fun team to watch. Is that the style you want to bring to Cabot?
Well, everything's about context, right? So the context of the kind of players and the kind of kids and what made sense for my kids in the Delta to get the most out of them. Regardless, stylistically, I believe in winning at the point of attack, and I believe in violence at the line of scrimmage and being able to control the line of scrimmage for the run and stopping the run and limiting explosive plays. And what exactly that looks like offensive defense, that changes based on your personnel. But stylistically, yeah, we want to be violent. We want to be physical. We want to run and hit and celebrate.
Typically you have a head coach that comes with the offensive background or a defensive background. You've done it all. I mean, literally, you've done it all. So do you see in your mind, do you picture yourself as an offensive-minded guy or a defensive-minded guy?
It depends on if you ask my offense coordinator or my defense coordinator what they would say. I'm a little bit of squeaky wheel gets the grease. Most of my career has been spent on the defensive side of the ball. That's what I played in college. That's what I started my career as a defensive back coach, defensive coordinator. The best thing you could ever do, I tell every young coach, is go coach offensive line. So I did that for a couple of years and was an offensive coordinator. And then special teams a lot. So I've been really, I have my hands in all of it because it has to work holistically, and that's one reason I've been doing. But yeah, about half my career on one side or the other. And but I'm a defense. I'm a run and hit guy. Run through and beyond contact, whether you're blocking someone or tackling someone, it's the same. And so we can't try to train football players here, not just offensive guys or defensive guys.
How do you build the program to start competing and beating Conway and Bryant?
That's going to start in junior high. It has to. At this level, you have to build something that sustains. You can't build teams, right? So sometimes you can build teams at smaller levels to get the right talent mix. You can run into that in the high school. But what you really want to do is kind of build a program and set a standard and expectations so people are leveling up from 7th grade, 8th grade, and not having to refine themselves and be redeveloped. And so the key is going to be taking a developmental approach. I think there's some certain strength that Cabot brings to the table. It's always been a good, run the ball, good line of scrimmage team. We want to lean in to the natural strength that we think the community has as a blue-collar community. A lot of kids playing, so we ought to be able to play a lot of kids. So, I don't know what's the right exact answer for Bryant or Conway or as North Little Rock's coming or Little Rock Christian or all these great teams. I know what the right answer for Cabot is, and it has to be extremely physical at the point of attack, and we have to lean into that, and we have to develop it starting in 7th grade.
What kind of emotions do you think you'll have when you play Little Rock Christian?
It's been a little time. I think I'll be mostly fun. I know Coach Grimmett over there pretty well. Obviously now Eric Koyu stepping into the AD role. So I don't know if it'll be emotional as much as it'll be exciting. They certainly won't want to lose to me, and I certainly wouldn't want the same over there. But they do a great job over there. I have nothing but fond memories of my time at Little Rock Christian. But no, it's just another football game. They all mean a lot to me.
What do you take away from your time at Marion?
Marion's a special place. It was really a special place for me and my family. I learned a lot on how to manage and scale up systems, and dealing with all that. So I thought it was really important. My time there, I am really proud of the consistency we've shown. They could go another level. There's another step there, but before you can really go win the championship, you have to learn to be good consistently. And so having 3 quarterfinal runs and a semifinal run and always having a winning record at Marion in 6A and putting kind of Marion in a spot where year in, year out everybody's concerned about it, I was really proud of the consistency and then what kind of culture you had to create with your kids and that belief inside of them to get that consistency, because otherwise you're too up and down. And my kids there certainly needed some consistency, and we were able to find that. So that's kind of my big takeaway there.
What do you think of the indoor facility there at Cabot, the indoor practice field, or the covered practice field?
Yeah, it's insane. Like it really is. It's the facilities at Cabot don't take a backseat to anybody. It's unbelievable here. We have all the toys. We have all the resources. We do need a lot of the field space for the sheer amount of volume of kids that we have. But that daggum cover pavilion is unbelievable. What they've done to the indoor field house to kind of make the weight room and all that, expand that, is unbelievable. Building a new press box is going to be unbelievable. It just shows you the kind of commitment that the community of Cabot has to wanting to be great at everything they do, and football being a part of that.
Mm-hmm. All right, when I think of Cabot, I got to think offense, because we've had several different types of offenses there at Cabot over the last, 5-10 years. What's your offense going to look like?
Well, it's hard to say right now. I got to see what the personnel is. I don't have that's the advantage being offense defense. I'm telling you, it will be 11, 12, or 21. It will be, we are going to bloody noses and run a throw, but we're going to be rolling out. We're going to throw. I've thrown the ball 60 times in a game. I've ran it 60. We're going to do what is required to win, and we're going to learn how to get out of quarters and get out of halves. We're going to learn how to manage the clock appropriately when it matters. But then when early in games, we're going to try to play fast. We're going to try to lean on people and use kind of size and toughness to go through it. And so a lot of it'll be quarterback friendly. I'm more quarterback friendly than quarterback centric. And Cabot's had good quarterbacks over the years. I expect the future to be no different. So depending on the strengths of your quarterback, kind of leans into what you do offensively as much as anything.
Have you talked to Coach Malham yet?
I have not.
Yeah. Can't wait to see these Panthers going, and I know he's going to be he's got to be licking his chops hearing you talk about that physical brand of football and smash mouth. That was the Cabot way for so while. Not that it wasn't this past couple of years with Coach Reed, but that running the ball, I know that would get him excited. What are you looking forward to the most about this spring practice?
I'm looking forward to mixing it up with the kids and the players and kind of watching how the coaches and players compete and naturally kind of come together and compete at the same time. Can they find that joy in doing hard things together and then building that and training it and then watching as people respond from good days and bad days? Because, ultimately football is a lesson for life. And how are you responding to both good and bad things in your life is showing up the next day. It's a put the ball down mentality. Put the ball down, show back up. No matter what, good or bad, I'm the same person. And seeing who can rise to those challenges. And I believe we're going to have a whole team of people rise to the challenge. I'm excited to watch them do it.
Coach, welcome back to Central Arkansas. We appreciate your time, and congratulations on becoming the new head coach at Cabot.
Yeah, thank you so much. Anytime.
You bet. Lance Clark joining us on the D3 Auto Sales Hotline. When we come back, got to talk about this Clemson linebacker. Crazy story. Also, we'll take some phone calls, 661-1037. And we'll check out the hotline brought to you by Middleton Heat and Air. It's going to be a fun show. We're just getting started. Heck of a way to get it started right there. It's Out of Bounds.
Arkansas Municipal Equipment presents Coach Nolan Richardson when he joins Drive Time Sports every week with Rollin' with Nolan. Arkansas Municipal Equipment in Bowen. Find them online at ametrucks.com.
This is Sports Center.
Last night in college basketball in the SEC, Kentucky won their fourth straight game as they took down Texas 85-80, while Texas A&M dominated Mississippi State, beating them 88-68. Tonight will be a busy one in hoops for teams from the National State. Arkansas State will face Georgia Southern at 6 on ESPN+. Central Arkansas will also play at 6 as they face West Georgia on ESPN+. The Arkansas women will take on Georgia at 6:30 on ESPN+. And the Woodrock men and women will both face Southeast Missouri on the road tonight. The women will play at 5:15 and the men will play at 7:30. Both games will be on ESPN Plus and 106.7 Buzz 2. I'm Christian Weaver with the Buzz Radio Network.
Hey guys, it's Dee Dee from Ava Bella Day Spa. Oh yeah, we just had Christmas and now it's Valentine's Day. But don't worry, we still got you covered. You can do a Be Mine spa time, a 60-minute relaxation massage, and a specialized facial for $125. Or check out our couples therapy. Enjoy a hands-on couples massage workshop guided by a licensed massage therapist. We have all packages of sizes and gifts and candles and candy. Go to avabelladayspa.com and you can choose everything there or come see us. Thanks. Happy Valentine's Day.
Tune in each week when Susan Irwin Prowl shares her Keys to the Weekend music events calendar with Justin and DJ. Brought to you by Willie D's and Big Red Dog Productions. Big Red Dog Productions is your gateway to music excellence in Central Arkansas and beyond. Visit entertainersguide.com to see the weekly calendar and submit your shows.
Well, Bass, game's almost over. I hope you got those bets in on the Oaklawn Sports app.
You know, Roger, this Oaklawn Sports betting app might actually make watching games with you bearable.
That's big talk coming from a guy who's about to pick up the tab. But I hear you. With this app, we can bet on all the games this season with so many options.
And after they kick this field goal, it'll be you picking up the tab.
Nah, he's going to miss.
It's good!
That's bad.
Bet all season long with Oaklawn Sports, Arkansas's best sports betting app.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's a new year. Time to focus on what really matters, your health. At Arkansas Urology, we make it simple for men to stay on top of their screenings. Every Arkansas Urology location offers health screenings by appointment from 8 to 10 a.m. Monday through Friday. A few minutes can make a lifetime of difference, so start the year strong. 501-219-8900 or visit arkansasurology.com to schedule your appointment today. Arkansas Urology, your health starts here.
Now through February the 1st at Fort Thompson's, the end of season sale. 40% off all stock apparel, 20% off boots and waders. Get ready for next year. Fort Thompson's in Sherwood.
I'm Alan LeVar. For 25 years, my team and I have helped injury victims across Arkansas. This is our home. We don't work for insurance companies, we work for you. Car crash, truck wreck, motorcycle collision. We know how to win, and if you can't come to us, we'll come to you. Your consultation is always free and confidential. Hurt in the car? Call LeVar. Arkansas strong for 25 years and ready when you need us. LeVar Law. Arkansas built, Arkansas trusted.
With hundreds of vehicles in stock across 6 brands, your next ride is waiting for you at Red River Auto Group. We know that the road ahead is important. Whether it's your daily drive or your next big adventure, the right vehicle makes all the difference. From the reliability of a Toyota to the strength of a Ram truck, we offer vehicles built to last with options for every lifestyle. State-of-the-art technology, unbeatable performance, and the comfort you deserve. It's all waiting for you at Red River. Visit us online at redriverauto.com.
103.7 The Buzz is your home for Arkansas Razorback basketball. Coverage is brought to you by Blackman Auctions, Arkansas Scholarship Lottery, Malvern National Bank, Edwards Food Giant, Chris Crane Hyundai, and Genesis of Conway.
Out of bounds on 103.7 The Buzz. Live from the TruService Credit Union studios. TruService Credit Union. Membership has its rewards with low-rate auto loans, competitive mortgages, and one of the lowest interest rate credit cards in the nation. TruService Credit Union. Online at trueservice.net.
Make me sweat, make me harder, make me lose my breath, make me water, make me sweat, make me harder, make me lose my breath, make me water. Normally.
All right, welcome back to Out of Bounds. I teased you with this story about the Clemson linebacker. It's crazy. It comes from Recruits CFB on Twitter. They put out the story. Recruits CFB. Clemson portal linebacker commit Luke Farrelly. So he played at Cal last year and was ACC Defensive Rookie of the Year.
That's big.
So he got in the portal, went to Clemson, signed with Clemson, enrolled in classes for over a week now. He's been going to classes, team meetings, and workouts over this period. Farrelly was going to make $800,000 from Clemson. He was originally offered 7 figures from Pete Golding personally on the final day of the portal. He laughed at this offer and reported tampering to Clemson, actually sending them proof. These text messages from Golding.
Right.
After being confronted personally by Clemson, Rebels head coach Pete Golding doubled the offer to $2 million. Oh, wait, it says $2 million plus.
Yeah, hey, way to go all in.
Clemson still thought they were in good standing with Ferrelli based on what he had told them until they couldn't get a hold of him. He's now going to Ole Miss.
Of course he is. Like, some things are hard to turn away from, but if he was in the mindset from the beginning, this is ethically wrong, I'm not with this, why does a certain figure change
your mind?
Yeah, because if it was already 7 figures, that's a massive difference from what you were getting. So you should have already been in that mindset to look out for yourself, but I guess by the number going up, it changed. And it goes back to the saying that there's always a price.
Yeah.
There's a price that changes everything.
Says expect lawsuits from Clemson against Ferrelli and Ole Miss to follow, along with the athletic directors attempting to put an end to this craziness that these schools are dealing with. Absolutely wild.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going on. That's like Duke's quarterback is being sued by the school. They said he didn't fulfill his obligation there for NIL purposes. Darian Mensah.
Yeah. Prince, whatever, the linebacker at Ole Miss that's leaving and going to LSU.
Mm-hmm.
Expect the same thing there.
Hey, guess what's going to happen on the other side of this, though? It's like you have so much money that you got from the next school, you can settle.
Yeah.
You can, or the school, they may say, you know what, we'll take care of that for you.
I was talking to Turnage about that, and he said, yeah, some of the schools are just doing that. It's almost like a buyout with the coach's contract. It's a buyout in this clause, in these contracts, the damages aspect, and they'll just buy it out from that school. Or they'll pay the kid enough extra to buy that out.
Exactly.
So it's be like, yeah, you got to buy them out at $800,000. Well, we'll give you 1.5 plus another $800,000, make it 2.3.
And guess what? In business, that's how contracts work anyway. So that's what this has become, and it is a business.
Yep. Oh, just absolutely wild. I saved another story to talk about. Adam Schefter tweeted this out. ESPN's broadcast of the Texans-Patriots, most watched event in ESPN history.
Wow.
38 million viewers.
You know, it's going to be interesting to see how that compares with college football national championship when those numbers come out.
Mm-hmm. That was Monday. They should be coming out today or tomorrow. We should be getting those numbers. I mentioned this. Let me give you that website again because I know we have season tickets here in Central Arkansas, or season ticket holders here for basketball in Central Arkansas. And Coach Calipari is pleading with fans, if you cannot go to the game Saturday, transfer those tickets to HogTix, T-I-X, at uark.edu. And they're going to distribute those tickets to the students so they can get more students into the game for free. I think, honestly, it's the first step. They're trying to use Saturday as a way to get this message home and create habits for season ticket holders that can't use it so that they can start doing this more often. I'm surprised, honestly, they're just not saying, kind of like the gymnastics meet, they moved that up, and everybody just gets in free. And they've done this before for basketball.
Right.
I'm surprised they're not doing it for Saturday, and they may end up doing it, but this is a good way to get the message out and get this program started.
And that's what they want to try to keep some money in place first of all, and then they'll open the doors and say, okay, just everybody can come in free. Well, just to have a crowd in there, because other than that, you're not going to have a crowd.
I just saw most of the state is now under a winter storm warning. It's gone from winter storm watch to a winter storm warning. Ashley and Chico are the only counties right now under an ice storm warning. They're that's the bottom right two corners in the state, right next to Mississippi and Louisiana, the corner of the state. Looked like the timeline, from what I saw, Joe, has moved back a little bit. So I think we're good at getting out of here at 4 o'clock tomorrow. Like it may it may be more of a like 7 to 8, 9 for Central Arkansas.
Well, the original model that came out, it had it starting like late Friday night, and then it moved up, and now it's moved back again.
We're going to get the very latest from Chief Meteorologist Joel Young at Fox 16 here in about 8 minutes. Let me go to the text line real quick and get you guys involved. How many years does he want to get to win the Central Conference from Rick? Oh, Rick, sorry. Well, you know, when I asked him about competing with Cabot and Conway, he said it starts in middle school. You got to build a program. And he's dead. I mean, that's the truth. I remember when Buck James went to Conway, he said, look, it's going to take a couple of years. It starts in the weight room. We got to start at a young age, in middle school too, and get these guys on the right weight training and weight program to compete at the national at the state level with the best. 501 says, sounds like Cabot has come a long way. When I was in high school in 2010, their coach made them run the triple option in the parking lot with no pads to create toughness. Malham. Man, that school. Have you seen have you actually seen the it's not an indoor facility. It's a covered practice field.
Is this new?
Yeah, it's new, pretty new. I think it's maybe a year old.
No,
I'm not sure.
No, I haven't seen that. But they had great facilities
already.
Already.
I have not seen it from my own eyes. I've just seen the pictures. It's absolutely incredible. It is a full practice field that is covered by a pavilion that is so high that you can still kick and punt and throw, deep passes. And what this allows them to do is go when it's hot, and you got to worry about the bulb, temperature bulb, with the humidity and the heat. Well, now you're covered. You're not in the sun. And it allows them to practice in the shade in the summer when it's not. It is absolutely incredible. It is incredible. Let's see here. I live in Van Buren County. Bet we get a foot of snow. I bet you do too. Missed the interview with Coach Clark. How do I go back and listen to it? Yeah, you can go to YouTube and watch the show on YouTube. You can go back and on our where you get your podcast and listen to the first hour of Out of Bounds. When will that be up?
Shortly after.
Shortly after the first hour?
Yeah.
Okay. Or
like right away.
You can go to YouTube right now and start the show there on YouTube and listen to the segment. As soon as I got the winter storm watch alert on Tuesday at around 1 o'clock, immediately went to the store knowing how bad people would overreact. Luckily,
and they did.
I only had to buy for myself, and the Arkadelphia Walmart still had ample supply for what I needed. But it was already getting busy. Crowded parking lot when I pulled up over 72 hours in advance. Yeah, I thought I was beating the crowd by going Wednesday.
Exactly.
I wasn't going to go to that. I was like, I'm not going Thursday. I know it's going to be bad Thursday. And I thought I was being smart. No.
Everybody else had the same idea.
I guess so. There was no bread. There was I was told there were no eggs. I didn't need eggs because I had a bunch of eggs, so I was good.
Oh, wow. It's crazy how it changes store to store because went to another store, there's plenty of eggs.
Really?
Everywhere, yeah. Now, bread, they go run through all kind of bread. It's going to be bread. It's going to be any kind of hamburger buns, hot dog buns. Hot dog buns probably more so because that's something that's quick and easy. You can do it over a fire. So hot dog buns, they get crazy on those.
Hardly any meat. I got there was no package, like 1 pound packages of ground beef. So I just got that big 3 pound package. I was like, I can divide that up and use it
Oh, absolutely.
And
yeah,
but there were only 2 left.
That's the other thing. When you want something, you want just a regular size item or a smaller item, those are all gone, and now you have to get it in bulk more so. That may still be there, but there's a chance that that's gone also. Here's another thing. Most people are about name brands. They're all, everything they buy, it's a name brand. They don't mess with store brand. But during these times, all store brand stuff is gone. Store brand stuff is less expensive, and so people are drawn to brands. But in these times, they're like, okay, well, all the brands have been bought. We're going to get store brand and actually save some money in the process, not caring about saving the money, but you end up saving money.
I got the last package of sausage. And it wasn't the name brand I normally get. I don't even know what it was. I was like, I don't care. It's sausage. I want some sausage. Let's see here. No Texas Pete. He couldn't find Texas Pete.
Oh, hot sauce.
What's this one?
But there was a display of bread, like away from the regular items, and nobody even touched this display because they didn't know about it. And I stumbled upon it, and there was plenty of bread right there on a display, just off to the side by itself.
DK says on the Seattle Seahawks practice squad, we got Tyrone Broden and Courtney Jackson from Arkansas State. Hey, DK, thanks, man. I didn't know that. That's awesome. Ron from Pine Bluff says, theater is pure. Yeah, I tell you what, I am a fan of theater, and the one thing about it, you can go see it on 2 different nights, back-to-back nights, and it's going to be something different because it's live. And sometimes lines are missed or skipped, and they start to ad-lib and have to – it's just the live thing about it is what gets me. I really enjoy that. But this is a musical, and the singing is phenomenal. I mean, I'm trying to think. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 main singers, and their voices are incredible.
Looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah, you're gonna. You and your daughter. You'll. I'm pretty sure you're gonna enjoy it. No matter what you think of theater.
No,
I had a buddy.
No, theater. They are so talented, and like we talked about, the work that they put into it, you can't do anything but appreciate it.
I have a buddy. He's not a big theater guy. He went last night mainly because my daughter was in it. He even enjoyed it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, we'll get the very latest on the forecast for this weekend. Fox 16 meteorologist Joel Young will join us, and we'll see the timing of this, if they've been able to narrow down the sleet, freezing rain / snow lines. Very latest coming up next. It's Out of Bounds.
Hey, it's David Basil from my good friends at Bath Fitter. I've been working with Bath Fitter for over a decade now. They're a family-owned business that's been around for over 40 years. They are the pioneers of the acrylic bath industry. Bath Fitter offers a one-of-a-kind remodeling process that's easy and stress-free. They offer a wide selection of beautiful and functional showers, and with their seamless one-piece walls and hundreds of design options, you can refresh your shower space in no time. They can even convert your existing bath into a shower. Check them out online at bathfitterlittlerock.com and tell them Basil sent you.
Life is loud, chaotic, hilarious, and occasionally peaceful. Your life fits you, so why settle for life insurance that fits someone else? At Shelter Insurance, our local agents help you design a personal protection plan backed by award-winning customer service. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
See Shelter agent Hayden Strickland in Sherwood, Vic Seidenschwartz in Carlisle, or Todd Matthews in Benton today.
At Bale Chevrolet, we keep it simple. What you see is exactly what you get. That means you get transparent and fair pricing online and in store. No hassle, just straightforward deals you deserve. Like right now, get the 2026 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab for just $462 a month and $0 down. Transparent, fair pricing. All day, every day. That's why it's better at Bale since 1912. That's Bale Chevy and BaleChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
WAC plus TTNL. See dealer for details.
I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. Mop drop.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
Meet Matthew Preston. Inside his apartment, everything he holds dear is protected by Progressive's renter's insurance, like his laptop and a surprisingly valuable collection of baseball bobbleheads. Outside his apartment, his laptop is still protected, as are his bobbleheads, which he carries around with him for reasons no one knows. Renters, the limits of protection aren't just the four walls of your home. When you're in Progressive's Protection Zone, get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers.
Is your yard ready for whatever Mother Nature throws your way? At Acadi's Touch Landscaping, we make sure it is. Whether it's weatherizing your flower beds for the seasons ahead, building strong retaining walls to prevent erosion, or installing French drains to keep water where it belongs, we've got you covered. And when it's time to elevate your outdoor space, we build custom decks perfect for relaxing or entertaining. Call 501-794-2770 to transform your yard into a space you love, rain or shine. Acadi's Touch Landscaping, 501-794-2770, where we bring the green to your life.
It's a new year. Time to focus on what really matters, your health. At Arkansas Urology, we make it simple for men to stay on top of their screenings. Every Arkansas Urology location offers health screenings by appointment from 8 to 10 a.m. Monday through Friday. A few minutes can make a lifetime of difference, so start the year strong. 501-219-8900 or visit ArkansasUrology.com to schedule your appointment today. Arkansas Urology, your health starts here.
Join the zone each Monday for Game Balls and Jockstraps, brought to you by Acadi's Touch Landscaping. Find out who made the best, average, and worst headlines in sports and entertainment each Monday as Justin and DJ give you their Game Balls and Jockstraps on the zone from 10 to 1. It's all brought to you by Acadi's Touch Landscaping, 501-794-2770. Call today to get your landscape updated to a whole new level and be listening for Game Balls and Jockstraps only on 103.7 The Buzz.
Out of Bounds on 103.7 The Buzz. Live from the TruService Credit Union Studios. Online at TruService.net.
Back at it, Out of Bounds. Westmore, Joe Franklin, thank you for being with us today. We've got some bad stuff headed our way. A lot of questions. People are always wanting to know the latest, and that's why we bring in our next guest on the D3 Auto Sales text line, Joel Young, Chief Meteorologist at Fox 16. What's up, Joel? How are you?
Hey, Wes. How's it going? We miss you over here.
Man, I miss you guys. I don't miss working, but I miss you guys.
I feel that.
I can see you at the gym from time to time, though. That's good.
Yeah, every day. It's good to see you there every now and then.
Maybe probably won't see me Saturday or Sunday or Monday or how long before I'm back at the gym? That's a good question.
Well, I think we're going to be stuck with this for a while because our temperatures are going to stay very cold. We've got extreme cold warnings that were just issued this morning. Those are going to go into effect Friday night and will continue all the way through Monday morning. But we're going to still be dealing with sub-freezing temperatures likely probably into Tuesday. We may get above freezing more into midweek, but keep in mind, you're going to have sub-freezing temperatures at night those times. So when you start melting this, there's going to be nights where you refreeze. Mm-hmm. So, of course, your treated roads are going to be the first ones to improve. But those secondary roads, those are going to be treacherous for a while, regardless of what type of precip we end up with.
How much have these models changed over the past couple of days, let's say Monday, to where we are now?
They've changed a good bit. Monday, they were more favoring heavy snow. There has been, the thing is, all of this moisture, there is plenty of moisture with this, and it's going to be with us starting out Friday, continuing perhaps through most of Sunday even. So this is a long duration event. There's plenty of moisture with it. The problem with that moisture is it's coming from the subtropical region. It's coming from the subtropical jet, which basically means coming from a warm part of the world, And so when that gets into our atmosphere, it can kind of inject itself into the upper atmosphere. So you get this little warm layer aloft, which some of that snow is going to fall into, and it can melt. Question is, how deep is that warm layer? Is it deep enough that it changes it all to rain and then you get freezing rain, or is it shallow enough that you end up with sleet? And we are in this battleground in central Arkansas between a major snowstorm to our north and what could be a major ice storm to our south. We may end up with just a lot of sleet. And I honestly think that might be a best case scenario because the snow would be very heavy and the ice would be very heavy, and the sleet tends to bounce off of elevated surfaces. So that would at least help us in terms of power outages. But parts of southern Arkansas, especially southeast Arkansas, down around Ashley and Chico County, they're under an ice storm warning now. And the rest of the state is in a winter storm warning. So, like I said, we're just kind of in this battleground in between, and I think we need to focus on how are we prepared? Are we prepared for the worst? Because once the precip starts falling, it'll start to be, you're running out of time to prepare at that point.
Joel Young with us on the D3 Auto Sales text line. He's the chief meteorologist at Fox 16. Joel, we had a question on the on our text line.
Sure.
And I want you to explain, since you're the meteorologist. I probably could, but they said freezing rain and sleet's pretty much the same, right? But that's not the case.
No. So, no, not to, we were just talking about how those two easily get confused, and understandably so. So a sleet pellet is basically a snowflake that has melted halfway, and then it gets into the cold air and it refreezes. So you basically have this little, think of it as like almost dip and dive. It bounces. Sleet bounces. But with freezing rain, when it's falling in the sky, when it's airborne, it's liquid. And as soon as it touches the ground, it freezes on the ground. So you get this glaze instead. Think about like sprinkles on a donut versus a glazed donut. Good. I would rather drive on the sprinkles rather than a glaze. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I have never had a sleet event like we're talking about here in Central Arkansas. What's it like driving conditions with a bunch of sleet?
So sleet tends to be more, of course, snow is going to give you more traction. Ice is far less traction. Sleet has a little bit more traction, but let's say when you look outside, it's going to look like snow, but when you go outside and you step on it, rather than your foot sinking into it, there's almost like it's slick. It's more icy, so you can easily slide on it. It's harder, especially if it piles up like that.
Mm-hmm. What kind of time can we expect everything to get started on Friday?
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
What time should we expect that everything is going to start on Friday?
So that's a good question. So I look at here and see. So it's looking like western Arkansas could be early in the afternoon. Now, once it gets started, it'll take a little bit of time for the conditions to really go downhill. But eastern Arkansas, it looks like it's later on in the afternoon into the evening, maybe even more so overnight. We may not even see in some places the conditions really go downhill until overnight. But I think we are going to start to see some roads get pretty dangerous Friday night, and then Saturday morning, most of us are pretty much done in at that point.
And for Central Arkansas, is it going to start more as rain and sleet, and then as it gets colder, it changes over, or from the start in Central Arkansas, what's it going to be like?
So I think we're going to have a start. It could start out as snow and sleet, and then at some point Saturday morning into midday, it may change over to some sleet/freezing rain, and then I think we may go back to snow as we head into Sunday. So it may be a situation where, if you ask me, well, what kind of precip are we going to have? It may be all of the above in some places. It may be mostly snow in far northern Arkansas. You get to central Arkansas, there's some snow and sleet. There could be a little bit of freezing rain in there, then it goes back. And you can imagine it's not going to be a one-size-fits-all. Some places are going to get more of this than the other, And that's why I say really prepare to, hopefully we don't lose power, but I'm afraid that there will be some that do, especially in southern Arkansas. In southeast Arkansas especially.
Joel, where does this rank as far as difficulty? I know it's tough anyway to predict snow, but then when you got this line and all these different variables in this one, how does this one rank for you as far as difficulty to predict?
Compared to, this is a nightmare. I mean, when you have tornadoes, severe weather, that is obviously very consequential. But you're not focusing on one temperature. It's all going to be rain, in that case. But with this, you're dealing with as you mentioned, so many different variables that go into this. And so, yeah, it's incredibly difficult. And it makes it sometimes even more difficult in the South than up north, because up north, most of the time, when I worked in South Dakota for a year back in 2012, 2013, 9 times out of 10, you didn't have to worry about there being ice. You didn't have to worry about, being sleet. Most of the time, it was snow. But here, there's a lot of moving parts because all of our moisture is coming from the Gulf or the Pacific, and it's all warm moisture. So that's what kind of complicates things.
Any chance that this changes, or is this pretty much nailed down now?
We're getting to a point where it's mostly nailed down. Like I said, there's going to be some changes as it's falling, and, there will always, with every winter storm, there is an unknown that doesn't become realized until the storm is ongoing. So there's always a little curveball that comes at you toward the end of the game, but by then we want everybody to be prepared, and that's why we're focusing on the impact. We want people to know that this is not something you're easily going to get around in. The travel is going to be extremely dangerous this weekend. That's going to probably still be the case for the first half of next week. The cold is going to be extreme. And something else I think we need to remind people, there's some people who they have to get out, right? They have, we have jobs. Some of us are, essential personnel. But if you do have to get out, make sure that your phone is charged, you've got supplies in your vehicle if you get stranded on the side of the road, because it's going to be extremely cold. We could have temperatures down into the low single digits, maybe even below zero Monday morning, and wind chills in the double digits below zero. So you don't want to be stranded on the side of the road in this. You want to make sure people know where you are, because it's going to be a rough next few days once we get this started, especially going into Saturday and later in the weekend.
Joel, thank you. We appreciate your time. Good
Absolutely.
luck. Joel Young, Fox 16 Chief Meteorologist. Coming up in the second hour, Richard Davenport will join us with a recruiting update. Stick around. It's Out of Bounds.
Are you still on the sidelines? Then it's time you suit up and get in the game. Download Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app, Bet Saracen, today.
Lost in the legal jungle? There's no one better to protect your pride than our pride of Legal Lions. For exceptional communication and exceptional results, hire Lion Legal to come roaring to the rescue.
The time has come to address something that you may not be aware of that will change your life. Electronically controlled suspension and road preview. That's a standard feature on a 2026 GV80 from Genesis of Conway. What does it mean? No matter the pothole, your new Genesis can automatically stabilize the ride. The potholes are harmless, and you'll stay out of the hole with the deal you get from Genesis of Conway. The future of luxury today.
Stay up to date with the latest Razorback news with the Red White Report every weekday with Justin and DJ on the Zone. The Red White Report is brought to you by Ortho Now, your walk-in solution for orthopedic care at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health.
1037 The Buzz.
You know how I am. You guys know how I am. I don't forget anything.
Crushing all the competition.
So you can take that to the bank.
Buzz News with KARK's Gary Burton Jr.
There are several warming centers open for folks that need to stay out of the cold during this wintry weather. The Little Rock Compassion Center, located at 3618 West Roosevelt Road, is opening its doors. They say anytime temperatures drop below 42 degrees, the warming center is open. Conway has multiple warming centers open for those in need. That includes the Don Owens Sports Center and the McGee Center. Both of those warming centers are open from 7 a.m. until 9 p.m., with check-in beginning at 7 p.m. to stay overnight. No pets are allowed. And also in Conway, the Conway Emergency Center on Gum Street is also open for those 18 and older. Check-in begins at 4:30 to stay overnight. Officials said the center is first come, first served. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm KARK's Gary Burton Jr. Stay safe, Arkansas.
Stick around after each Razorback basketball game for the Bet Saracen Basketball Postgame Show with Wes Moore and Josh Neighbors live from Walk-Ons in Little Rock. Bet Saracen is the leader in sports betting in Arkansas. Make sure you have your Bet Saracen app downloaded to your mobile device. Get the best sports betting app in Arkansas and start winning today.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Pat Walker.
Mainly cloudy today and a little breezy, high of 50 degrees. Tonight down to 33 and cloudy. Tomorrow, a 39-degree high temperature, much colder and a little windy tomorrow. Then, of course, tomorrow night starts our winter storm. We have more details for the winter storm, of course, always on our Arkansas Storm Team app. I'm meteorologist Pat Walker for the Buzz Radio Network.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please, turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
Have questions about retirement, investments, or your money? Call our financial hotline. Dial 501-381-5228 and leave a voicemail with your specific financial question, and our experts will answer it on the Get Ready for the Future show Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Get your financial questions answered by the pros. 501-381-5228. Call now. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Investment advice offered through Independent Advisor Alliance. Independent Advisor Alliance and Genwealth Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Michaela's Mobile Spa, Michaela. Michaela got a quick business insurance quote from Progressive and chose from over 30 customizable coverages. Sure, it helps she's her only employee and does literally everything. But while others would rest on their laurels, Michaela was hard at work saving big. So take that, hypothetical other employee who doesn't exist. Be your own Michaela. See if you could save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverage is not available in all states or for all vehicles and coverage selections.
Appliance savings are happening now at the Home Depot with up to $1,000 off, plus up to an extra $500 off select appliances. Looking to upgrade your fridge? Check out LG's newest models serving up ice in all kinds of styles: cubed, crushed, craft ice, and now new mini craft ice straight from the dispenser. Shop savings and get up to $1,000 off, plus free delivery on select appliances like LG at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Free delivery on appliance purchases of $999 or more. Offer valid January 8th through the 28th. U.S. only. See store online for details.
This is Justin Acree. If hand or wrist pain is getting in the way of your daily life, it's time to see the specialists at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. Their fellowship-trained hand and wrist surgeons treat everything from arthritis and fractures to nerve injuries and carpal tunnel. And with Arkansas's only hand trauma telemedicine program, advanced care is available around the clock. Call Ortho at 501-686-TOSH to schedule your appointment today and get back to living pain-free. That's 501-686-8674. The doctor will see you now.
ESPN Radio Extra Point with Rich Eisen.
What I think a cap or whatever mimics it would also, I think, bring about a sense of urgency when free agency hits, rather than this 3-month meandering that fans have a difficult time paying attention to. Yeah. And it might mimic what we see in the NFL and the NBA, which is a rush to sign people because you got to use your cap money wisely with people that are worthy of the expenditure. I think it would be great if baseball had a free agency period that went off the rails, if you will, for a 10-day or a 14-day period, similar to what the NFL and the NBA has when their new league year starts, as opposed to, Cody Bellinger signs in the middle of January, right before the NFL playoffs, or Kyle Tucker signs in the middle of the divisional round. It gets lost, and then there's a lot of fans are waiting to see what happens, and the offseason takes forever.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-568-3344. 800-568-3344. 800-568-3344.
Live from the TruService Credit Union Studios, this is Out of Bounds with Joe Franklin and Wes Moore on 103.7 The Buzz.
crowd's been great. It's been really good. And we needed every game because every game is going to be a tough game. We kind of got after these guys those first 5 minutes, just like Georgia did to us the first 5 minutes. And just like Auburn did to us the first 5 minutes. So, you know, I changed the lineup, but I didn't do it for that reason. I did it because I needed to get Carter going and I needed to get DJ going. And they were for different reasons. And I wasn't sure that Malik Thomas, because his hand was his hand was swelled. I didn't think he would play, but he wanted to start so bad, he was playing.
I'm getting in there. Malik was ready to go. Other Razorback news for you. Gymnastics meet has been moved, like we were talking earlier, Friday, 1 o'clock against SEMO. You've got also the women playing tonight. They're hosting Georgia. That game is at 6:30, and it's being streamed on the SEC network. And then, of course, Arkansas LSU is Saturday, 7:30. Nothing has been changed or moved as of right now. And after talking with Coach Z earlier this week, I don't expect anything to change with the game. I expect them to play the game. If anything, maybe, I don't know if it even gets moved up. I think LSU should be taking their measures to get here and beat the snow. I would think they get here tonight or maybe early tomorrow morning before it hits.
What would make the difference is if you have a couple of schools that are playing and one of them is going to have difficulty getting back home, like they're going to have weather in their area.
Mm-hmm.
And with LSU, that wouldn't seem to be the issue.
No. And with it mainly just being snow up there, I mean, they can fly in the snow. They do that all the time. Not a big deal. And it's just getting to the arena, the traffic part of it. And that'll be probably the biggest thing is trying to get officials there. But Coach Z says the SEC is fully prepared for this. They deal with this all the time. And he even told us they have officials, from Arkansas that do SEC games, so they could send those guys up there to make sure they get at least two. He said that's all we need is 2 officials. Don't necessarily have to have 3. Ideally, you want 3, but they could have just 2. So I am fully planning on doing the game, post-game show Saturday night. By the way, just a little side note, no post-game show live at Walk-Ons. We have already canceled that, and we're just going to do the show from the studio for this game only. And we'll be back at it, hopefully, for their next game at OU at Walk-Ons. But we'll determine that as we get a little closer and see how the road conditions are around Central Arkansas. And if people are out and about and going and Walk-Ons is open. So we'll play that one by ear. But we know this Saturday for sure, no post-game show at Walk-Ons.
OU game is Tuesday or Wednesday?
OU is Tuesday. I said
see, conditions could still be
not very confidently, was I?
They could be bad still Tuesday with just how, especially Joel Young saying that those temps will still be really low, and so that creates a lot of refreezing.
Tuesday, it is Tuesday, 6 o'clock start, early start finally. I know Josh is happy about that. Some of those quick turnarounds from our late post-game show to the early morning show. So 6 o'clock start against Oklahoma in Norman Tuesday. That one's on the ESPN. By the way, Saturday's game at 7:30 is on the SEC network. Got to figure out the game plan for Saturday. What good basketball games we have to watch on Saturday, because I have a feeling I'm going to be stuck inside the house. Sunday I'm good with the championship games. But Saturday, I think it's going to be a lot of basketball. Arkansas trying to keep pace with A&M and Florida. Tell you what, right now, Florida looks really good. I think they are the best team in the SEC. If I was to pick a winner, 6 games in, 1/3 of the way through the season, I'd have to put Florida as my odds-on favorite to win the SEC. If you can beat them, though, it's through guard play. And that's the one advantage I think Arkansas has on Florida. They have the better guards. But then again, we all know that Florida's got a very good big man and Chimilu and Chinny-Lou and 2 other big 7-footers, 6'11" guys. They're tough on the front court. Last night, Texas A&M beat Mississippi State. They're tied with Florida atop the SEC with a 5-1 record. Kentucky knocked off Texas 85-80. So that gets Kentucky to 4-2 also with Arkansas. One game out of first.
They're playing a lot better.
Much better. They were looking dead for a while. Texas A&M, Florida 5-1. Then you got Georgia, Arkansas, Kentucky at 4-2. Alabama had the bye week this week, or the midweek, so they're still 3-2, half game back. And then you got the rest of the SEC at either 3-3 or worse. All right, let's go and bring in Richard Davenport, the recruiting guy for the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette and WholeHogSports.com. Hey, RD, what's up, man?
What's happening, guys? I guess you saw Matt Zimmerman's tweet. And he's getting into the weather and saying we have nothing to worry about. So probably just gonna be clear skies and remaining around in the 50s and 60s for us. So I think we're okay.
Is he saying that from a basketball sense of the game is still happening? Is that what he means? Nothing to worry about?
Oh, you just have to go on Twitter and listen to him.
Okay.
He's got a short sleeve shirt on right now, and he's getting a little cocky and saying everything's okay. And so I'm not worried about it.
What are y'all supposed to get? How much snow?
They're still kind of, I guess, trying to play it safe and say, things could change between now and, I guess, late Friday when it's supposed to start hitting. But I see anywhere from 10 to 12 inches of snow and some higher and more accumulation and higher elevation. So I guess we'll be around probably around a foot, I guess.
All right, let's talk recruiting. How would you grade Arkansas in the portal? What do you think?
Good. I would say, not ready to say great, but it's just like all rankings, all evaluations by these services. It's an inexact science, but if you go by some of the guys that they've gotten and some of the schools they've beaten for their signature, and then other guys that just didn't see a lot of action at their old school, but this past season. But I tend to think that the staff has evaluated them from the little film that they do have of practice and game film, and then obviously going back to high school, because several of the guys that didn't play a whole lot this past season that they signed were highly recruited guys, and you've got USC, Ohio State, and other schools that are pretty good sized schools that Arkansas was able to get transfers from. So I would say good, but again, it all comes back down to what it looks like in the fall and how they perform. And we'll have somewhat of a better idea come the spring, but it's number On Three has the class number 9 in the country. Now On Three does things a little different. They calculate the guys that you've gotten, and they rate them, and then they calculate the guys that you lost, come up with a rating. And this year, Arkansas, rating per transfer, as far as what they lost and what they gained, is about 2 points different. Last year, Arkansas was kind of like in the hole as far as what they got out of the portal and what they lost. It was like maybe a half a point or something difference in as far as the numbers. So the guys that they lost were higher rated than what they gained last year. But it's again an inexact science, so it remains to be seen.
What's more meaningful to a portal class at this time? Is it about filling needs, or is it more about the rankings and where these players rank? Because like you mentioned, some of these guys didn't get much playing time, so you're kind of going on what they were ranked previously and not necessarily more recent.
Let's go over the top 10 classes of last year. LSU, number 1 class, transfer class last year. Texas Tech, number 2, obviously did them well. Miami was number 3 in the national championship game. Ole Miss was number 4 in the semifinals. Oregon, obviously, a very good season. Didn't end well. They were number 5. Florida State was 6. Not so good. Missouri, good season. Not great. Probably below what they were hoping. Auburn, obviously, nothing what they were anticipating. They had the number 8 class. North Carolina, nope. They came in number 9, and they didn't have a good season. Kentucky, number 10, didn't have a great season. Number 11, Texas A&M, they came in. They obviously had a very good season, and then OU was number 12. So it's kind of a mixed bag. If you look at the rankings and how each season turns out, it's kind of like high school rankings, and schools may have a good class, but it doesn't translate necessarily on the field. So again, a lot of it's evaluation, and Arkansas, with the new GM, he's very, very well respected. Did a story on him, and whenever you hear about GMs around the country, his name was brought up to a lot of people. So we'll see. Obviously, you got a veteran defense coordinator in Ron Roberts, who's been around, and obviously the coaching staff from Memphis did a pretty good evaluating talent and winning against SEC schools during their time in Memphis.
Got Richard Davenport with us, the recruiting guy for the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette and WholeHogSports.com. Richard, I'm curious, how do these services rank players like, for instance, the running back from Michigan, Parker, and the USC, Oregon, Ohio State defensive linemen that signed that, look, they were ranked high out of high school, but they hadn't really played and done much. So how do they rank those guys and know, how they're going to be?
Yeah, I really don't have an answer on that. I assume they have kind of somewhat of a formula. How were they rated coming out of high school, and then how they performed at their old school, and come up with something there. I really don't have a really good answer on that. That did enter my mind, and I was thinking, well, if a guy is highly rated coming out of high school, he's probably going to get the benefit of the doubt, and even though he didn't play very much at his old school, probably going to have a decent evaluation as far as his talent. And but I mean, let's face it, the higher performing, productive guys are going to get the highest rating. Yeah. But it may just be a guy that's behind a guy or two at his position that just wasn't able to see a lot of action, and he's just ready for a breakout season, and maybe it's next season for Arkansas.
Richard, a lot of criticism came up over the weekends, and Nick Saban kind of topped it off about the rating system and how he never even looked at them. What are your thoughts on how all the ratings go? Because you got to deal with it.
I think
all
overall,
the time.
I think overall they do a pretty good job. But I think if you're a coach and you don't trust your own evaluation, I've heard too many stories where coaches will ask, a high school coach, who's offering? And some coaches are afraid to pull the trigger on a guy because they're not so sure about their evaluation. And others, I've seen Arkansas be like the first or second offer for a lot of guys. I mean, in the past, you have to give credit to the coaches that have been here in the past. They were pretty aggressive and offering kids, and then other schools followed through. And I'm sure there was guys that they offered that had quite a few offers that they came in late on it. It's kind of hard to really evaluate, 2,000 or 3,000 kids fairly and just jump on board early on every one of them. But I do think overall they do a good job. But at the same time, I've heard so many, even some college coaches and some frustrated high school coaches saying they're not trusting their own evaluation. A high school coach say this kid's the best I've ever coached, and I can't understand why people aren't offering, and all it takes is one or two offers for that kid, and then everybody else jumps on board. So there's some good evaluators out there, and there's others that kind of follow the pack and then offer. So it's an inexact science, and you see, I remember Zach Thomas at Texas Tech. Texas Tech was about the only big school that got offered him, and I think when it's Sonny Dykes, I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, said, "Hey guys, I like this guy. I'm gonna offer him." It turned out pretty good, being an All-Pro, and I assume he made All-American, at least All-Conference. But some guys just have an eye for talent, and others kind of don't trust themselves.
How much are these college coaches still relying on talking to the high school coaches and really valuing what they have to say about players? Because it does seem like there are a lot more players, high school, that are getting overlooked just because of where we are with portal these days.
Yeah, well, it's definitely happening with the portal, and it's guys that 10 years ago would have have 10, 15 offers or struggling to find one or two offers just because colleges are so focused on the portal. But it does seem like the more high school coaches I've talked to, they're pretty frustrated with the system. Not only just because college coaches focusing on the portal so much, and hey, you can't blame them because you're getting guys that are usually 2 or 3 years, in college and a little bit more physically mature. But sometimes some college coaches just don't even communicate that much with the high school coaches. They used to call the high school coach and say, "Hey, coach, we want to offer your kid. What do you think?" And then they have a discussion and build a relationship with that coach and his staff. But oftentimes now you see where college coaches just reach out to the kid and say, "Hey, buddy," through DM on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, or by the phone text and say, "Hey, you have an offer." And a lot of times high school coaches don't know anything about it, and I think that's the wrong way of doing things. I talked to a lot of high school coaches that are very frustrated by that, and to me it shows a lack of respect for the high school coach.
Arkansas lost their 2027 committed quarterback. He has opened up his recruiting again. Was that expected with the new staff?
Well, it's a couple of days ago, I asked him how's things going with Arkansas. He said he's developing a relationship and he's excited, and along those lines. And a couple of days later, he reopens, and that's fine. He should probably reopen during this time, getting to know the coaches and developing that relationship. And I'm sure there's been some other opportunities come his way, so he should. I'm not making light of what he did. It's just how quickly things can change. I got the impression it was like, okay, well, maybe this thing may stay intact, but he did say that he looks forward to continuing to build a relationship with Coach Silverfield. But I'm sure they're evaluating guys in the 27 class, and I'm not so sure that they're ready to settle on a guy just yet.
Tell me about this basketball prospect, top 10 guy, Paul Osarui. What do you know about him?
Not a lot. He's in the 27 class. And I've been so focused on football, but I'm going to try to learn more about him. Obviously, he's a top 10 prospect, like you said. So anytime there's a top 10, 15, 20, 25 prospect in the country, you figure at some point they're going to get a look from Coach Cal and the staff. So just another top prospect that Arkansas is looking at and communicating with, and obviously he's showing interest. So look forward to paying attention and getting to know more about him as the process continues.
They got their shooting guard and a small forward or a big guard in J.J. Andrews for next year. What about a point guard? Are they on some top? I mean, Coach Cal usually seems to sign one of the best, or if not the best, point guard in the country. Acuff's going to be gone. Do they have somebody that they're working really hard to try to bring in?
Off the top of my head, I'm not going. I'd be lying if I said anything, just because probably last month all I've been focused on is football. I'm not going to lie to you.
You got to take that football cap off and put on the basketball recruiting cap.
Yeah, I hope to do that soon, within a week or so, no doubt.
Well, you don't have junior days to worry about now, I guess, because of the snow.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie. I wasn't disappointed when I heard that wasn't going to happen, but they plan to have a junior day next Saturday. So, but yeah, it'd be nice to get a little bit of a break.
Man, we appreciate it. Thank you for joining us. Hey, enjoy the snow, RD. Enjoy it. Go out and build a snowman. Take a picture. Send it to us for next week.
Yeah, I'm a big snowman guy. I can't get enough of building snowmen, so I'm pretty pumped about it. I know.
Oh yeah, it should be fun.
See you, Richard.
Yeah.
Take care.
Hey, and you guys do the same with all that sleet. Okay?
Yeah, no doubt.
I want to see you're a sleet man.
Sleet man.
Sleet man.
Take care, man. See ya.
All right. See you guys.
Richard Davenport, Arkansas Democrat Gazette, WholeHogSports.com. When we come back, we got an open segment. In fact, we're pretty wide open, right? No, we don't. We got the Trojans
Lawson
coming up next.
We're going to talk to Little Rock basketball players.
Skipped over that. Jonathan Lawson, Trojans next. It's Out of Bounds.
Listen for Champs and Chumps on Fridays during The Zone. Brought to you by Washita Bar and Grill on Central Avenue in Hot Springs and BKC Home Builders, building premier homes in Hot Springs.
This is Sports Center.
Last night in college basketball in the SEC, Kentucky won their fourth straight game as they took down Texas 85-80, while Texas A&M dominated Mississippi State, beating them 88-68. Tonight will be a busy one in hoops for teams from the National State. Arkansas State will face Georgia Southern at 6 on ESPN+. Central Arkansas will also play at 6 as they face West Georgia on ESPN+. The Arkansas women will take on Georgia at 6:30 on ESPN+. And the Woodrock men and women will both face Southeast Missouri on the road tonight. The women will play at 5:15 and the men will play at 7:30. Both games will be on ESPN+ and 106.7 Buzz 2. I'm Christian Weaver with the Buzz Radio Network.
Tune in every Friday morning to hear Danny West from hogsports.com on Morning Mayhem. Brought to you by HJ Trailer Sales. They've got truck beds and utility trailers for every type of job and a service facility for maintenance and repair. Local folks with great products. Visit them online at hjtrailersales.com or in person at 808 Albert Pike in Hot Springs.
Hey folks, this is Mitch Ward, proudly serving the great state of Arkansas with Red River Auto Group for over 20 years. We started as Arkansas's #1 Ram Dodge Chrysler Jeep dealer, but we've also got Ford and Toyota. And I like to think we've got the largest discounts than anybody in the state. But folks, really, if you bring us any reasonable deal right now, we're going to try to put something together. If that means us giving a little too much for your trade or selling ours or just a little too cheap or fighting for the best rate, we're going to make it happen. Check us out at redriverauto.com.
Hey, it's David Basil from my good friends at Bath Fitter. I've been working with Bath Fitter for over a decade now. They're a family-owned business that's been around for over 40 years. They are the pioneers of the acrylic bath industry. Bath Fitter offers a one-of-a-kind remodeling process that's easy and stress-free. They offer a wide selection of beautiful and functional showers, and with their seamless one-piece walls and hundreds of design options, you can refresh your shower space in no time. They can even convert your existing bath into a shower. Check them out online at bathfitterlittlerock.com and tell them Basil sent you.
This
This is the Pigskin Preacher, bringing you the word. The 50th anniversary of the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald served as another reminder that those freshwater seas known as the Great Lakes, particularly Lake Superior, are not to be trifled with. Likely it was a 30-foot wave that broke the ship in half, dooming the crew of 29 souls. Canadian troubadour Gordon Lightfoot immortalized the tragedy with a powerful, haunting song that still resonates. At 7 p.m., a main hatchway caved in, he said, and fellas, it's been good to know you. Double B's is here for you, to help you enjoy life's rich pageant. Stop by today for some Big Rock pizza, Chester's chicken, or one of those homemade breakfast sandwiches that just hit the spot. At Double B's, it's never too rough to feed you, because Double B's is where you gas it, grab it, and go. That's Double B's.
When seconds making a play, Short's got it covered.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Let's get it. Good hustle, good hustle.
Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage.
It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself. 1, 2, 3, Wildcat!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
See Shelter Agent Lawrence Forrester in Cabot, Steve Fisher in Stuttgart, or Kyle Stone in Pine Bluff today.
At MNB, our reputation speaks for itself. We won't just tell you that we're the best, we'll prove it with our products, services, and commitment to the communities we serve. Technology is constantly changing, and there are more options than ever right at your fingertips. We'll always offer you the latest in technology, and we'll serve it up with great customer service. So when you bank with us, you know you're covered. You keep moving forward. At MNB, we've got your back. Check us out at mnbbank.com.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Out of Bounds on 103.7 The Buzz, live from the TruService Credit Union Studios.
Maybe getting cold outside, but Joe, the Little Rock Trojans are red hot. Men's team have won 7 out of 8.
That's getting it done.
They are rolling right now. Let's bring in one of the Trojans, Jonathan Lawson. He's been on fire, too. He joined us on the D3 Auto Sales text line. What's up, Jonathan? How are you?
How you doing? I'm doing good. How about you?
Man, I'm good. Well, we're getting ready for the snow. At least y'all are out of town, but you're up in Missouri and then going to Tennessee. Y'all may be stuck in Tennessee for a while.
Oh, yeah. I think they canceled their game, though, so I think we're going to be back home tonight.
Oh, y'all coming back. That's right. I knew that. Y'all are coming back
yes,
tonight.
Sir, and they have rescheduled the game.
That's smart. That is smart, because that was going to be a mess for y'all. What's been the key?
Yeah,
turning this thing around for y'all and winning 7 out of 8. What's happened?
We just buying in, doing the little things Coach needing us to do on the court and just sticking together through it all. So we told them during non-conference that we can turn the thing around when conference falls because we still got a good group of guys competing in the conference and to win. So those are the main focus coming to the conference.
So how was it as far as just getting that message and then going through and performing and making sure that you are having a really successful season here in conference?
Just like I said, buying in, just keep doing the things Coach say, and we played a tough non-conference schedule, and most of them teams are tougher than teams in the conference, but it's still gonna be a dog fight. So we just had to just stay together and things like that.
So non-conference schedule really prepared you for what you're seeing now, as far as conference-wise, or is this something that because you're conference opponents, you know each other well? Now these rosters change every year, but you kind of know the coaches and what they like to do from a player standpoint and how these teams like to play.
Yes, sir. It played a part in both of them because, non-conference, we had a lot of road games, so they play a big part in us playing, tough scheduling as well. Then it's knowing the teams, like you said, in the conference, knowing schemes and things like that, knowing what they want to do and things like that.
Got Jonathan.
So they just helped us as well, preparing for, each game.
Got Jonathan Lawson with us on the D3 Auto Sales text line. Coming off a 20-point game, 6 of 13 from the 3. You feeling good from the outside right now?
Yes, sir. I'm feeling better. Yeah, because non-conference, like I said, it was hard getting shots. Teams were buying in more on me and things like that. So it just feel good to get my shot back underneath me and things like that and keep it rolling. So space out open up for other guys such as Cam Wallace, Kachi, and Braxton and Tone, so they can score more often.
What do you know about SEMO?
Last year they played us very tough. They're like a tough team. They like to crash, so it's gonna be a big physical game. So we got to come prepared and go to war. Really, they like to fight and scrappy. They lost 2 of their last 3 games, but they showed what they capable of last game, beating the number 1 team in the conference. So we just got to be ready to be in a dog fight.
What's it like playing there at Cape Girardeau?
Sir?
What's it like, their home environment at Cape Girardeau?
It's kind of weird. They like a bunch of hecklers during the game, so it's going to be a good game. They have a good fan base. They probably have the best fan base for me in the OVC. They have a lot of fans who comes out and support them, so it's going to be a good game, I think.
Jonathan, you don't necessarily want to look ahead. You want to focus on the game that's right in front of you. But as far as the schedule, how is that getting used to when you play a number of games on the road in a stretch, but then you're able to benefit from that in the season? You play a number of games at home.
You gotta stay focused on one game at a time. We know we got this 4-game away stretch, so we just gotta take it one game at a time, prepare our bodies for it, and do our recovery and things like that. So at the end, they have to come back and play us at our crib. So it'll just gotta stay focused and just keep our mind right and legs right.
You like games like tonight with some trash-talking fans?
Yes, sir. Because they put us out last year. They beat us last year, so we're going there with a chip on our shoulder, going there to try to get a victory.
Hey, Jonathan, you're 6'7", so how you feel about that? Have you embraced that, or are you tired of it at this point?
I embraced it for the most part. Yes, sir, I embraced it.
Do you hear a lot about that, though? Are people always saying that to you?
Yes, sir, for the most time. I can use my advantage sometimes, especially in this league, playing against smaller guys at the position I play. So it's just, yes, sir, it's a blessing, really.
Is there a noticeable difference with the team, the attitude, confidence after winning 7 of 8?
Yes, sir. It's just a different spirit. Everybody is more level-headed right now because we had went through a stretch of games of losing, now we winning. So it just feels better that we winning now and not losing. So we got to keep that rolling.
What's been the message from Coach Walker throughout this?
They're gonna be happy with the last game. We can keep winning throughout. And just keep doing what we're doing. Stay poor, no turnovers, and just keep rebounding the ball, and we should be in every game.
Little Rock will be back home on February 5th. They were supposed to have this long road trip. Of course, one of the games has been canceled due to the weather, but they'll be back playing Lindenwood on February 5th. How many guys are still out with injury and done for the season? How many guys do y'all have out?
We have 5 guys out right now. Hopefully we can get Trayvon Jackson back and Casey Robinson, but we have 3 guys out for sure for the rest of the season. So hopefully they can come back in February if they can.
How's that been for teammates that are getting into those roles and maybe playing some more minutes because of players being out? How's it been for them to get their opportunity?
It's been well because they've been asking to play and things like that. Now they getting a chance to play. They just go out there and show what they can do and things like that and gain trust in Coach Watson in these games in the conference. So come the postseason, it'll be much easier and stuff like that.
How's that been for the team, though, getting used to playing with different players, different lineups as the season has gone on? For the players.
We're just figuring things out. We're just figuring things out as we go. Cause different lineups, things like that, and now they're starting to practice on our side, and we're practicing against different lineups and things like that. So it just helps us prepare and know each other's strengths and weaknesses. So it just help us bond, really.
Jonathan, keep it going. Get that dub, make it 8
Yes,
out of
sir.
9, and then have a safe trip back to Little Rock tonight. We appreciate your time.
Yeah. Thank y'all for having me. Thank y'all.
It's Jonathan Lawson with us with the Little Rock Trojans. Said they'll be back at the Jack Stevens Center in February. Seems like a long time from now, but I guess we're already at the 22nd. February 5th, they'll be taking on Lindenwood 2 weeks from tonight. And then they're home that Saturday also against SIUE. Take a break. When we come back, open segment. You can join us, 661-1037. Talk some Arkansas basketball if you want. NFL, playoffs. We're wide open. We'll check the Middleton Heat and Air text line also. Stick around. It's Out of Bounds.
Hey, it's David Basil for Luxury Pool and Spa. Can you feel it in the air? Oh, I can. It's hot tub season, and I love my hot tub from Luxury Pool and Spa. You can too. They have Fantasy and Caldera hot tubs in stock and ready for delivery. Luxury Pool and Spa also carries Serona Spa chemicals and frog systems. I use both in my hot tub. You gotta have them. Luxury Pool and Spa also has Pollywood Adirondack outdoor furniture for sitting around your fire pit with family and friends. Live the life of luxury with Luxury Pool and Spa in Conway and Russellville. LuxuryPoolArkansas.com.
Superstars Joe Klein and Pat Bradley for Arkansas's #1 sports app, Bet Saracen.
Joe, you know the main difference between Bet Saracen and those other guys?
Definitely. Easier to navigate. Always good parlays. Plus lots of fun choices. Like ping pong. Right there on the app.
But the real difference are those special promos.
Brand new players get a 100% profit boost just for downloading the Bet Saracen app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-GAMBLER.
Jane Dawson did something smart. She saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With the money she saved, she got herself a pricey bird feeder with an ultra-high-def camera. Should Jane have just bought a regular bird feeder? Yes. Is it hard for her to admire nature when the camera doubles as the bird's potty? Also, yes. But it's Jane's savings, and if she wants to spend her time watching the digestive habits of the white-breasted nuthatch, we say you go, girl. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Are you 50 or older? This news is for you. The CDC recommends you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at risk. People 50 or older are over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults 18 to 49. Just one shot can help protect you. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. That's VAXassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
This is Pat Bradley, and Happy New Year from the Wood Grill Buffet in Benton. Maybe you made a New Year resolution to eat better, and Wood Grill Buffet has a huge 200-item buffet of fresh, delicious dishes to make the New Year special. Or maybe your resolution is to lose weight. Wood Grill is a huge salad bar and lots of hot veggie items. We'll also cater and bring all the food to you, and you can get it with a quick call or online order to pick up. If you're like me, let's enjoy some great basketball and some great food from Wood Grill Buffet. 2 of my favorite things. They're open Thursday through Sunday for lunch and dinner at the Congo Road exit in Benton.
Start 2026 on the move. Don't let joint pain stop you from reaching your New Year's resolutions or just having that lifestyle that you've wanted for a while now. Hit the ground running in 2026 with QC Kinetics. They deliver regenerative treatments that actually help your body repair the areas that are causing you pain. Achy knees, hips, shoulders, back, wherever that joint pain is, QC Kinetics is here to help. One of the great things about it is there is no surgery, there's no recovery, which can be the harder part of that surgical procedure, and also there's no pain. Imagine instead you're moving better, stronger, and planning the year you actually want with all of the activities that you want because you use treatment from QC Kinetics. January is supposed to be your clean slate, so make it one. Stop managing the pain and start solving it now with QC Kinetics. Call for your free consultation at 501-214-5880. That's 501-214-5880. Call QC Kinetics today.
Hi, my name is Nita Freeman, and I'm the marketing director for Chris Crane Hyundai, and we sure appreciate our partnership with The Buzz. We love their packages. They give us a lot of added value, and they are willing to go above and beyond to do anything that they need to do to make our partnership successful. They're just a great partner. They bring a lot of business to our store. Our customers always tell us that they hear our ads on the Buzz. If you want to really get some good bang for your buck, call Robert.
For more information on advertising, call me, Robert Davidson, 501-744-1279.
Out of Bounds on 103.7 The Buzz. Live from the TruService Credit Union studios. TruService Credit Union. Membership has its rewards with low-rate auto loans, competitive mortgages, and one of the lowest interest rate credit cards in the nation. TruService Credit Union. Online at TruService.net.
Welcome back. It is Out of Bounds. Wes Moore and Joe Franklin with you. Just pulled up my Bet Saracen account, Joe. They have the Arkansas specials already out for Arkansas LSU. Want to take a stab at the Bet Saracen line for Arkansas LSU Saturday night?
Arkansas 8.5.
Okay, it's 9.5. I honestly thought it was going to be like 13 or 14. I think that's what Florida was favored over LSU earlier this week.
Well, I don't think Arkansas is on that level just yet.
I guess not. And Florida covered easily, by the way. I can pull it up real quick. 9.5 for LSU. This LSU team is struggling. They have only been able to win one SEC game, and that was at home. Let's go back here. That was Saturday. No, that was Tuesday when Florida and LSU. Florida was favored by 15.5 over LSU, and they beat them by 18. They beat them by 18, and their starter sat the bench the last 6 minutes. That game was on right before the Arkansas game, and I was watching it at walk-ons, and because I was keeping an eye on Chinelu. Had 22 rebounds and 15 points. And I was like, man, if he gets 5 more, he's going to have a 20-20 game. And he wasn't able to get it. But, yeah, they won by 18.
He would have rather not gotten that and had that rest on the bench to end the game.
I don't know. 5 more points. Everybody likes to score. Just give me the ball 2 possessions in a row. See if I can't get 5.
But, when you're dominant and – you're so dominant that you can take the rest of the game off, there are plenty of players that'll do it. They trade that any day.
LSU is 1-5 in the SEC. Their one win against Missouri at home. They lost on the road to Texas A&M to start SEC play. That was a close game, only lost by 3. South Carolina at home lost by 10. They went to Vanderbilt and lost by 11. Had Kentucky beaten at home. Remember, and Kentucky beat them at the buzzer with the long 3-quarter pass, caught it around the free throw line or so, turn around, jump shot good at the buzzer. Beat Missouri the following game, 78-70, and then lost to Florida at Florida by 18. So, I like Arkansas to win by double digits. Arkansas has been a good cover team. I heard Acree talking about this on the zone earlier. I think he said 16 times they've covered out of 21 games. I think that's what he said. But that's really good, outstanding. And
now the under hit in the last game also, right? Back-to-back games, you had the under.
I think they have overcorrected. I think you're right, Joe, because they were killing the over for a long stretch. And last week on Tuesday, they held Vanderbilt to 98, so it was 161. Yeah, it was well under, because I think it got up to 170-something, 173 maybe. So it's kind of like the Georgia game, honestly. Georgia held up their end of the bargain like Arkansas held up their end of the bargain. It was the other two teams. Vanderbilt didn't score like they normally do, and Arkansas didn't score against Georgia like they normally do. And that's the thing. When you get these really high totals, you got to get both teams to do their part. I mean, you start getting up into that 170 range, that's, 90s and 80s. Or if somebody scores 100 and then the other team scores 80. Looking at the other games for Saturday. Ole Miss is at Kentucky. Georgia goes to Texas. That'll be a nice game. Oklahoma is at Missouri. South Carolina at Texas A&M. Auburn is at Florida. Vanderbilt goes to Mississippi State. So Vandy's trying to avoid a 4-game losing streak, but they got to go on the road and do it at Starkville. And then you got Tennessee at Alabama. That's a good game. Now both of those teams are coming off byes, and they'll play Saturday night also at 7:30. They're on ESPN. Arkansas LSU on the SEC Network, 7:30, right here on the Buzz too. And don't forget about the Bet Saracen post-game show right after the game. Oh, I was on Bet Saracen. I was looking at the over-under for LSU. Here we go. Early line on according to Bet Saracen, your early line 9.5. Your total is 168.5. So it's coming back down. Now, part of that probably has to do with LSU and some of their struggles. Joe, I'd probably ride the under again. Make it 3 in a row. That seems like a very high number. And even if I think Arkansas gets 90 points, hold LSU under 70, you win. All right, let's go to the Milton Heat and Air text line. Hey, Wes. What are you thinking about the basketball team next year? Are we looking to get 8 to 9 more guys for our team? I mean, I was looking, and it shows that we have 2 guys signed for high school. Don't know if we're going to get any more high school kids, so I'm guessing we're going to hit the portal hard again this year to fill out the rest of the team. And that would mean like 6 or 7 guys out of the portal. Yeah, I think Coach Cal and what he did this past year is going to be kind of indicative of what he does in the future. You're going to sign about 3 high school guys and then go to the portal and fill out the rest of your roster.
Well, he said it numerous times. He likes recruiting players from high school. Can't do it at the same rate that he once did because that's just not smart in how college sports are in this day. But he still values that probably more so than a lot of coaches out there.
Yeah, they will. They're on some point guards, some of the top point guards in the country. So I think that'll be their 1, 2, and 3 that they sign from high school, position-wise too. Point guard, shooting guard, small forward. I look at them go to the portal to get the big guys, get some grown men to play the 4 and the 5. That's why I would like some of those guys that look like Chinny Lou and the Tennessee guys, even the Georgia dude. I want some guys that look like that, about 6'9", 6'10", but look like they could play football too and bang.
Now, you get value out of getting a big out of high school. Also, it's all about how good these players are. Like, if you get a Darius Akoff, you have to get that guy. You have to get that type of player, even though he's a freshman. You know that he's going to come in, do what he needs to do. He's only going to be here for a short time. There are some bigs in high school that are capable the same way. Just have to find the right ones.
I honestly haven't thought about next year when it comes to basketball. But out of the 8, Acuff's going to be gone. Brazil is a senior. Carter Knox will be gone. You got to think. Malik Ewan's a senior. DJ Wagner's a junior. Wagner back for a 4th year maybe. Nick Pringle's a grad senior, so he's gone. Billy Richmond's a sophomore, so he could be back. And don't forget about Isaiah Seeley. I know he's not part of the 8, but I think Isaiah Seeley's going to play for the Razorbacks meaningful minutes in his career, and I think it would start next year.
Well, I mean, when players, you never know what their situation is, how they're feeling. We don't know. There's no guarantee he'll be here.
No, they can hit the portal and move on. But, yeah, you're going to definitely have to go get some bigs out of the portal if you don't sign one out of high school. But definitely you're going to have to go get some bigs. I thought maybe, and maybe he still does, Jovic, the big 7-footer from Bosnia, I thought maybe he could turn into a player. Don't want to give up on him. And then they're redshirting the other big 7-footer. Where is he? I don't see him. There he is at the very end. Pablo Semedo from Angola. listed at 7'1", 225. He must be just redshirting because we haven't seen him in a game. I mean, they must be technically just not even going to play him. I guess he's the only guy on the roster that we haven't seen in the game. Also wanted to say you can mark it down. Arkansas is going to hit triple digits against LSU. All right, I like that. I like those kind of bold predictions. Has LSU given up 100 points in a game this season? Let's look it up real quick at their games. Blowouts. No, they beat Alcorn State by 107-81. Man, LSU was putting up some points in the non-conference, but that came to a screeching halt once the competition got a little better. By the way, one common opponent is Texas Tech, and they lost to Texas Tech by 24. Texas Tech scored 82 on them. Beat SMU 89-77. SMU had a nice win the other night at the buzzer. Southern Miss. I don't think no, they haven't given up 100 yet this year. And honestly, they look pretty. I mean, 79, 70, 75, 84. Vandy scored 84 on them. South Carolina 78, Texas A&M 75. So at least they play a little defense. I think that's a bold prediction, scoring 100 on LSU. I don't expect 100. All right, I was about to read some more from the Middleton Eaton Air text line, but I hear the music. We got to get out of here. Top of the hour break. Coming up, we got What's Trending. And then Brian Edwards, VegasInsider.com at 3:30. We'll get his thoughts on the AFC Championship game, NFC Championship game, and he has thoughts on Arkansas LSU. All that and much more coming up in the third hour. Stick around. It's Out of Bounds.
At Staley Electric, we don't mind getting our hands dirty. That's just who we are. What started in R.E. Staley's garage in 1951 has grown to a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week residential, commercial, and industrial electrical company. From changing out a ceiling fan in your home to building a school in your community, Staley Electric will deliver the electrical solutions you expect and deserve. Visit our website at StaleyElectric.com.
Oaklawn is here for when you want non-stop racing and non-stop action. The season's back, the weekends are packed, and it's time to plan your visit. The classic racing season kicks off January 30th and runs through May 2nd with exciting weekends, great food and drinks, and the kind of atmosphere you can only find in Hot Springs. It's fast, it's lively, it's time to win. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The Crane Automotive Team presents the Drive Time Sports Triple-Double. Randy has taken the show on the road, showcasing a different high school basketball game each week. The Crane Automotive Team supports communities and high school athletics throughout Arkansas.
World champion of what?
103.7 The Buzz, your world champions of sports radio.
Don't get me wrong.
KABZ Little Rock. Buzz News with KARK's Gary Burton Jr.
For those in Saline County who need a place to stay and get out of the cold, they have a warming center open at Northside Church of Christ, located at 917 Northeast Street in Benton. The center is scheduled to open on Friday at 6 p.m. and will remain open until Thursday, January 29th at 10 a.m. And due to the cold, leaders with the Conway Animal Shelter are asking for pet lovers to take in sheltered pets for the weekend. They are asking for short-term fosters to give the animals a warm place to stay during the winter weather. Food, kennels, and necessary supplies will be provided by the shelter. Just contact the Conway Animal Services if you are interested. And also, because of the weather, the Little Rock Zoo is closing this weekend. Zoo officials say this will allow the staff to focus on keeping the animals safe. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm KARK's Gary Burton Jr.
What's on Tap, brought to you by Flyway Brewing, weekdays in the zone, where we'll break down what you should be watching and listening for on the Buzz every day during the work week. Flyway Brewing, fresh beer starts here. follow the migration, and the Little Rock location is now open in Breckenridge Village. Find out more about all they have to offer at flywaybrewing.com.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Pat Walker.
It's going to be a mainly cloudy and mild day. A little breezy with a high of 50 in Little Rock. Tonight, cloudy and cold down to 33. Tomorrow, just a high of 39. Then our winter storm will be starting tomorrow night. Tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday are Arkansas Storm Team alert days. With the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Pat Walker.
Are you hungry? Something new, $25, all you can eat, sushi rolls, soup, salad, Benihana rice. Come at Benihana's Monday through Thursday.
Trey Reed here from The Wild Side on 103.7 The Buzz with a little programming note. The Wild Side will be on Wednesday night, January 21st and 28th, the next couple of weeks, and then again on February 11th, Wednesday night version of The Wild Side.
Experience the unmistakable difference today at D3 Auto Sales in Des Arc or West Memphis. D3 Auto Sales is your home for quality used trucks, SUVs, and cars from all top brands, specializing in unique customized lifted and leveled used trucks, including four-wheel drives. And this commitment to excellence extends to their full-service 10-bay service department as well. Also, looking to trade in or sell your vehicle? D3 Auto Sales pays top dollar for your pre-owned vehicle. D3AutoSales.com.
This is the Pigskin Preacher, bringing you the word. The 50th anniversary of the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald served as another reminder that those freshwater seas known as the Great Lakes, particularly Lake Superior, are not to be trifled with. Likely it was a 30-foot wave that broke the ship in half, dooming the crew of 29 souls. Canadian troubadour Gordon Lightfoot immortalized the tragedy with a powerful, haunting song that still resonates. At 7 p.m., a main hatchway caved in, he said, and fellas, it's been good to know ya. Double B's is here for you, to help you enjoy life's rich pageant. Stop by today for some Big Rock pizza, Chester's chicken, or one of those homemade breakfast sandwiches that just hit the spot. At Double B's, it's never too rough to feed you, because Double B's is where you gas it, grab it, and go. That's Double B's.
You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take Dayquil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the Dayquil.
Undo your flu symptoms with Dayquil Intense Flu. Dayquil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
Dayquil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu, medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
Hey, it's Randy Rainwater from Drive Time Sports. Thursday, Rick Schaefer and I have a great show planned for you. Neil Atkinson from Bet Saracen. Kevin Hoop Scoop McPherson from Hogville.net. Trey Biddy thanks to Chris Crane Hyundai and Genesis of Conway. And the legend, Coach Nolan Richardson. Thanks to Arkansas Municipal Equipment. See you Thursday on 103.7 The Buzz.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Live from the TruService Credit Union Studios, This is Out of Bounds with Wes Moore and Joe Franklin on 103.7 The Buzz.
Parmesan with my accountant lips. In fact, I'm down in this. You say with my boo babe tastes like Kool-Aid for the analyst. Girl, I can buy your Westie world with my base stuff. I know that it's good. Won't you sit it on my taste buds? I get way too petty once you let me do the extras. Pull up on your block and break it down. We playing Tetris. AM to the PM, PM to the AM phone. Eat up your per diem. You just gotta hate them phone. If I quit your BM, I still rock Mercedes phone. If I quit this season, I still be the greatest funk. My left stroke just went viral. Right stroke put a baby in a spiral. Soprano C, we like.
What's Trending in Sports is brought to you by Arkansas's own West Rock Coffee. Join West Rock Coffee, the Razorbacks, and their 1.5 million farmers around the globe. It's fall, so now it's time for your team to stock up on coffee, tea, and water delivered directly to your business. Contact them at westrockcoffee.com or 833-886-JAVA today.
You have plans for Sunday, Joe? You already know what you're going to do?
Big plans. Big plans. Going to be watching plenty of football, the 2 championship games.
You're going to be cooking something? You know what you're going to cook? What you're going to have for those games?
No, don't have that quite figured out yet, but it's going to be a good day.
I think Sunday's a chilly day.
That would be great. That would be great for, especially with the forecast and just being in the house.
Definitely going to have a chilly day sometime coming up. I'm just not sure which day it is. Probably depends on the girls, what they want. I got a bunch of stuff to cook, though, over the next who knows how long before we're out and about again. But I'm thinking Sunday's a chilly day, sitting around watching Patriots and Broncos at 2 o'clock on CBS. Then we get the Rams and Seahawks at 5:30 on Fox. Speaking of AFC Championship game, biggest storyline, of course, is Jarrett Stidham starting his first game in years. Bo Nix out. Here's Jarrett Stidham.
I've prepared the same every single week like I am the starter. Just hasn't obviously been that way, minus 2 weeks. So my preparation hasn't changed one bit. And, yeah, that's just kind of how I view it. This is not about myself. First of all, I want to – obviously my thoughts and prayers have been with Bo since Saturday night. I mean, it's crushing because he's one of my best friends. And Sam and I were talking about this. Like, Sam and I probably spend more time with him than his wife does right now. And that's just the nature of the business that we're in. My heart goes out to him and, you know, everything that he means to this team, because obviously we wouldn't be in this position without Bo. And, yeah, I just want to go. I know all of us on offense, and I know the whole team, we want to go out there and make them proud, you know, this Sunday.
Patriots are 4.5-point road favorite over the number 1 seed in Denver, Mile High Stadium. That injury has swung. I mean, what do you think? What do you think the points swung with the Bo Nix injury?
At least 3.
So you
and it's not Mile High, because you know how names change over the years. I can't remember the name. Invesco Field.
Invesco Field?
Yeah.
It's not Mile High Stadium at Invesco Field?
Maybe it is Mile High still, but I know Invesco Field is something that stands out.
They're going to make sure they get that sponsor in there.
Yeah, for sure.
Wait, so you think the Patriots would have been a favorite, even if Bo Nix was playing?
Okay, well maybe it would have swung about 5 or 6 points.
I don't know. It's a good question for Brian Edwards. We'll ask him. I'm going to write that down.
You know, with Jarrett Stidham, though, the reason I would say 3, at least 3 to begin with, is I don't think, because we've seen a shift as the line first came out, and it's actually gone down because people are starting to believe in Jarrett Stidham.
I think it was 5.5, right? When it first came out, so it's gone down a point.
Broncos should have been home favorite, so it may have been about 6, maybe.
Maybe so. I'll ask our handicapper here in a couple of minutes. I mean, I thought I was going to pick the Patriots regardless. if Bo Nix was playing or not. Maybe the line with Bo Nix would have been still Patriots in favor. I'm sure he probably had those look-ahead lines. He may have talked about that last week, the look-ahead line.
He did. He actually did.
Yeah. I guess he's probably one of the few that won on Miami. Or, I'm sorry, on Indiana. Because he got it early. Remember he was talking about that 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
That he grabbed Indiana, and took Indiana, I think, at 5.5 or 5?
Oh, 5.5.
Because that was the early projected line.
See, I never knew it was that low. The first line that came out, it was always around 7.5.
Yeah, went up to like 8.5, came back down 7.5. Brian Edwards in about 15 minutes. All right, back to the AFC, NFC championship games. Let's stick in the AFC. Here's Mike Vrabel.
We played a lot of different environments, and you got to take care of the football. You're going to have to try to find a way to, win in critical situations at the end of the half, at the end of the game, whether that's 5-minute or, just think back to, defensively getting stops in Miami. We made a critical kick. Tampa Bay, we executed at the end of the half, and, certain situations, 5-minute in New Orleans. So I think each game kind of has its own story, but you better take care of the football, especially in Denver.
Yeah, defensive battle like is expected. Probably will turn on a turnover. Could very well decide the game. Now to the AFC. We got the Seahawks hosting the Los Angeles Rams. Seahawks are a 2.5-point home favorite. We'll start with Sam Darnold talking about his injured oblique.
Obviously, third time playing these guys. Really good team, right? Really good defense, really good scheme, good players. So, like always, man, we're really excited about this opportunity to play these guys. And you just gotta have a really good week of practice. For me, I gotta continue to attack all the things that I need to attack. Just get ready, like I said, get ready to play these guys, but also just get my body right. Get my body right to be ready for Sunday.
When you went back and actually studied Saturday's film, what stood out about the offense outside of the obvious numbers?
Yeah, I think just staying on schedule. I think staying positive on first and second down, staying ahead of the chains. I think that's a huge point of emphasis for us. Every single week. So for us to go out and do that.
And we have more from Sam Darnold. Now he's talking about his number one go-to guy, Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Just the way that he is day in and day out, his consistency, I think that's what everyone appreciates about him. And then certain games where, he might not get the touches, he might not get the yards or a touchdown, he's going to have the same attitude every single day. And I think that's what people appreciate about him around here.
Former Razorback cornerback Cam Curl had the big play for the Rams against the Bears, the game-clinching interception. He's ready to get to a Super Bowl, and he's got a message for Sam Darnold.
You picked off Sam Darnold 4 times at your place and twice up there. Why have you been so successful picking the ball off against Sam Darnold?
Our secondary, we know what type of quarterback he is, and our D-line pass rush. Going back to last year in the wild card, we got after him. The pass rush got after him. He was in Minnesota. And, it's always going to be in the back of his head. You know what I'm saying? So if the D-line can get after him, we can make plays on the ball. That's going to win us the game.
Do you see him get rattled?
I feel like our D-line can rattle any quarterback. Man, we got some guys on that D-line, on the edge and in the interior, man. So I feel like our D-line can be X-factor.
That's pretty telling stat, you think about it. 6 picks in 2 games.
Yeah.
They're doing something. Sean McVay, Rams head coach. His team's not settling. They're getting better and better and better.
What's been reflected is that we've been, strengthened through our scars. I mean, I think you look at it, and you guys have asked me about it. There was a handful of games that we had, or a few games that we had, where you maintain a lead, and then they come back, and then you're not able to kind of make the plays that are necessary to be able to finish it. Well, that hasn't been the narrative in each of our first 2 playoff games. And so don't know exactly how this game's going to unfold, but I do think our guys have become more resilient. I think there's a resolve. I think there's a mental toughness and a fortitude that's necessary. And I've been really proud of those guys, because it is about how you finish. You can't win the game until the fourth quarter, and last week's instance until overtime. And so, I love this group. I think they've used these scars the right way.
Be a fun game. Two tight games. Expect a very close one in this. So you think it's going to be a third close, one possession type game?
It should be. It should be. Hopefully that's what we get. These teams, they know each other well, but Seahawks have been on a tear and been pretty dominant here lately. Rams can counter that because they do have the number one offense. They have a play caller in Sean McVay who is experienced in these moments, and he's seen a lot of football. So it should be an interesting kind of strategy back and forth with this Rams offense, Seahawks defense.
Yeah, I was looking at their schedule. Finished double-digit victory over the 49ers, double-digit victory over Carolina, so that's 3 in a row. It's the Rams, 38-37.
Well, they know how to win the close games.
Mm-hmm.
And in this sense, they've played close games, these two teams, maybe advantage Rams because they know how to win these games. But, I mean, they split.
Mm-hmm.
Rams, though, throughout their season, they play these close games. They know how to win.
49ers, John Lynch, talking about Brandon Ayuk.
What is the plan for Brandon Ayuk, and do you envision a scenario in which he's on this team next year? If so, what would that look like?
You know, the plan in terms of the transaction, that will come in due time. I think it's safe to say that he's played his last snap with the Niners. It's unfortunate, situation that just went awry, and I will look long and hard at what could have been done differently, but sometimes just doesn't work out, and I think that this was a case where that happened.
Did he say it's safe to say he's played his last snap? Is that what he just said?
That's exactly what he said.
I thought that's what he said. I was like, dang.
Well, I mean, that's something that has been kind of rumored about and pretty much known because Brandon Ayuk, he wants to be somewhere else. And as the season was going on, they didn't necessarily want to answer these questions, but season's over for them. So now they're more telling and more willing to give those answers.
Now to Buffalo, Terry Pagula, Bills general manager and owner.
Talking about another receiver.
Yeah, Keon Coleman.
I'll address the Keon situation. The coaching staff pushed to draft Keon. I'm not saying Brandon wouldn't have drafted him, but he wasn't his next choice. That was Brandon being a team player and taking advice of his coaching staff who felt strongly about the player. And, he's taken, for some reason, heat over it and not saying a word about it, but I'm here to tell you the true story.
Kind of threw Sean McDermott under the bus there, but it was a situation where 49ers and Bills, they both wanted Xavier Worthy. Chiefs moved up in the draft. They were able to get him, and so now you're getting receivers that are available.
Mm-hmm.
Those were the guy. That was the guy that all those teams wanted.
Mm-hmm.
He was taken, so now you have to adjust.
I like Keon Coleman in college. Florida State,
yeah.
He had a nice year. I thought he was, and he's made a couple. He made.
Well, man, when you're
he's not the number one guy
exactly.
yet.
When you're first round draft pick, you have to make more than just a couple of plays. He was expected to be the guy, and the reason it even stands out more, like he could be a solid 2, but it stands out even more because of that Bills receiving core.
Yeah.
They don't have anybody that stands out, and then now the focus is on him because he's supposed to be the guy.
Number one. This is second year?
Yeah.
Another wide receiver, Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's got a lot to talk about.
I see crazy Lions fans talking crazy like, oh, why would we do this? Like, bro, do you guys, like, have no trust in Dan? Like, in the Lions? Like, you think they would just hire a random dude? Like, be for real. Like, you think they don't know what they're doing? They don't do their research. They don't interview. Like, most of you guys don't know really much about anything, about any ball.
Wow.
Wow. And you're tweeting about a coach that was hired that you guys don't like because of XYZ. Like, it's just funny to me to see. Don't get me wrong, I love all Lions fans, but they are so quick to make, judgments about who we hired, who we did this. Like, bro, just relax, calm down. Like, let the whole thing play out. Like, you guys just let it play out. Just relax. That's all I gotta say. Relax, man. Relax.
And he's speaking on Mike McDaniel being hired as Lions OC, that there are fans that are speaking out on that. I don't see why any fans would have a problem with Mike McDaniel and his offensive play calling and what he brings to the table offensively.
Great OC. I mean, he's got a track record. Just didn't work out in Miami. Still got a really good offensive mind.
Yeah, and, I mean, they still had a lot of success there offensively.
Yeah.
It was – he's the guy that was controlling the entire team, and they did have some successful seasons. This year, they started trading away their players, and they still were able to be competitive to a certain extent. But the guy, he could still be a head coach. He interviewed for a number of jobs out there. He goes to Detroit, does a good job with that offense and the weapons that they already have in place. He'll be considered once again. Or no, I'm sorry, not Mike McDaniel. Chargers.
I was about to say.
But it's former Cardinals offensive coordinator Drew Petzing, I think is how you say it. But his name has not been thrown out there, and that's what they're getting all up in arms about, is because he's not that big name, and people are fascinated by hearing big names. The reason I thought I was saying Mike McDaniel is because he was in consideration for that job also. But it's Drew, I think it's Petzing.
Have they hired him yet? Or they're just interviewing?
Mike McDaniel or Drew Petzing?
Petzing.
He's been hired.
He has been. That's a done deal?
Yeah.
Okay. Now to Chicago, Ben Johnson. Bears are starting all over.
There is no building off of this. We go back to square one. We're back at the bottom again, and that's really all 32 teams. If you feel otherwise, you're probably missing the big picture. It's no different. You're trying to lose weight. You're trying to lose 50 pounds. The first 30 is the easiest 30. The last 20, that's the hard part. And so we did a nice job this year, but it's not enough.
It's a good approach to take.
Well, that guy, he's a bit different. He's different in how he feels. And so, yeah, from the outside, and that's why he answered it the way he did. He was asked about it. He's like, how do you guys build upon this? He's like, there's no building. We're starting back from scratch. We have to do this all over again. And it takes a guy who's so in depth in how he prepares, and not only from the X's and O's standpoint, but just how he views the game, to have that type of mindset.
Big racing news, horse racing news. The Apple Blossom that's at Oaklawn, it's a Grade 1 race. It is officially a Breeders' Cup Challenge Series. If you win that race, you get in the Breeders' Cup. You get into the Breeders' Cup Distaff. That's big. I mean, it already attracts, because of the purse and because it's a Grade 1 race, some top horses. Now it's going to even attract more, because you'll be able to win and you're in, like I said, and get into the distaff. That's really cool. And while I'm talking about Oaklawn, let me talk about Bet Saracen. Just got this note. Record revenue this past quarter.
No surprise there.
No. Let's see here. Typically December is slower, but not this December. Brought in more than $19.5 million. Highest monthly revenue ever for the month of December. Congratulations, Carlton Safa and all of our friends at Saracen Casino. And I know they're getting ready for the big opening of the hotel. Things are only getting better and better at Saracen. All right. We got to take a break. Brian Edwards is getting ready for us. We'll talk more about the AFC, NFC championship games. Get his thoughts on Arkansas, LSU, and the Super Bowl. He's got some potential lines for the matchup. All that and much more still to come. It's Out of Bounds.
Centennial Bank presents Dan Hampton each week on Morning Mayhem. Centennial Bank. Strength is no accident. You work hard for your money. Keep it secure at Centennial Bank. Member FDIC.
This is SportsCenter.
Last night in college basketball in the SEC, Kentucky won their fourth straight game as they took down Texas 85-80, while Texas A&M dominated Mississippi State, beating them 88-68. Tonight will be a busy one in hoops for teams from the National State. Arkansas State will face Georgia Southern at 6 on ESPN+. Central Arkansas will also play at 6 as they face West Georgia on ESPN+. The Arkansas women will take on Georgia at 6:30 on ESPN+. And the Woodrock men and women will both face Southeast Missouri on the road tonight. The women will play at 5:15 and the men will play at 7:30. Both games will be on ESPN Plus and 106.7 Buzz 2. I'm Christian Weaver with the Buzz Radio Network.
Hey folks, this is Mitch Ward, proudly serving the great state of Arkansas with Red River Auto Group for over 20 years. We started as Arkansas's #1 Ram, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep dealer, but we've also got Ford and Toyota. And I like to think we've got the largest discounts than anybody in the state. But folks, really, if you bring us any reasonable deal right now, we're going to try to put something together. If that means us giving a little too much for your trade or selling ours, or just a little too cheap, or fighting for the best rate, we're going to make it happen. Check us out at redriverauto.com.
Oaklawn is here for when you want non-stop racing and non-stop action. The season's back, the weekends are packed, and it's time to plan your visit. The classic racing season kicks off January 30th and runs through May 2nd with exciting weekends, great food and drinks, and the kind of atmosphere you can only find in Hot Springs. It's fast, it's lively, it's time to win. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
So the body knows that it needs to heal itself, but it doesn't know how to concentrate it and target it into just one area. So that's where we come in.
By we, Dr. Ashley Caravelli means the nation's leader in regenerative medicine, QC Kinetics.
We put in those treatments, then it sends out like little signalers to your body. We're able to make the body focus on the areas that need the most healing.
QC Kinetics has gathered brilliant medical minds like Dr. Caravelli and Dr. Mitchell Shinecup, a pioneer in the field of regenerative medicine, to lead the way in these innovative pain treatments.
So at QC Kinetics, we have a whole team working nationwide with cutting-edge research to reach our patients and treat them and know that surgery is no longer their only option.
The consultation is free. Find out if you're a candidate. Call QC Kinetics today.
Call QC Kinetics, 501-214-5880. That's 501-214-5880. 501-214-5880.
Bass tournaments and some of the best fishing spots in the state. It's Fishing Arkansas, Sunday mornings with Big Sarge and his crew. Fishing Arkansas is presented by Shelter Agent Jamie Marsh, Stanley Hardware, and Sunrise Outfitters. Fishing Arkansas, Sunday mornings with Big Sarge.
This is Pat Bradley, and Happy New Year from the Wood Grill Buffet in Benton. Maybe you made a New Year resolution to eat better, and Wood Grill Buffet has a huge 200-item buffet of fresh, delicious dishes to make the New Year special. Or maybe your resolution is to lose weight. Wood Grill is a huge salad bar and lots of hot veggie items. We'll also cater and bring all the food to you, and you can get it with a quick call or online order to pick up. If you're like me, let's enjoy some great basketball and some great food from Wood Grill Buffet. Two of my favorite things. They're open Thursday through Sunday for lunch and dinner at the Congo Road exit in Benton.
Car wreck? Call Rainwater Holt in Sexton.
888-8888.
8 for a fast response. 8 for results. 8 for Arkansas.
Anywhere in the state, dial 8.
888-8888.
Responsible attorneys Michael Rainwater, Bob Sexton.
Out of Bounds on 103.7 The Buzz. Live from the TruService Credit Union Studios. Online at TruService.net.
What up, y'all? Yeah, soundtrack, what's poppin', baby? Woo! Y'all ain't know, I go by the name of Lupe Fiasco, representing that first and 15. Yeah, and this one right here, I dedicate this one right here to all my homies out there grinding. You know what I'm saying? Legally and illegally. You know what I'm talking about?
Holiday bills piling up on you? Well, TruService Federal Credit Union can help you get rid of some of those bills. Let's start off 2026 with the goal of getting financial fit. TruService Community Federal Credit Union helps families. They'll help your friends, your coworkers reduce financial stress. It all starts with better rates and getting good guidance. When you become a member of TruService and open a checking and savings account, you get access to low-rate auto loans, competitive mortgages, and one of the lowest interest rate credit cards in the nation. It's perfect for paying down that high-interest debt. TruService may be able to help lower your interest rate and your payment on your current auto loan. Heck, they may be able to reduce the term of the loan, too. It's worth a shot. Give Linda Jeffries and Allie Gonzalez a call. They can assist and walk you through this entire process. It doesn't matter if it's a new mortgage loan, auto refinancing, home equity loan, or just starting a savings account. They can do it for you. TruService, here for you, here for the community. Go online, check them out, TruService.net. Wes Moore, Joe Franklin with you on Out of Bounds. Let's bring in Brian Edwards, VegasInsider.com. What's up, Brian? How are you?
Doing well. I hope my garbage NFL picks didn't hurt any of your listeners last week like they hurt me, but C.J. Stroud was a disappointment, and the Niners were a colossal disappointment.
Yeah. Hey, Brian, I don't remember if we talked about this last week or what the timeline, if it even happened, but been hearing a lot from Falcons fans about the hire, Kevin Stefanski. How do you feel?
So I understand if fans are not happy with it. I haven't been happy with any of our hires really since probably Mike Smith, which I didn't really know who he was at the time, but it ended up working out real nicely. But anyhow, actually Dan Quinn had some good years too. But Stefanski did take the Browns to the playoffs twice in 6 years. It was an ownership decision to sign Deshaun Watson, which was completely ignorant, and then all the draft assets that they had to trade just to get him, and then all the salary cap space that he continues to take up. So those deals to me weren't on Stefanski, nor were Watson's injuries. I mean, look, if you take the Browns to the playoffs twice in 6 years, that's pretty good. Now, if you look at the overall record, it's garbage, obviously, because they had some really lean seasons with quarterback injuries and whatnot. But I'm kind of neutral on it and cautiously optimistic. I feel like the fan base is really angry, but I think it's an upgrade from Arthur Smith and Raheem personally. But only time will tell. We'll see.
Joe and I were talking a few minutes ago. What would have been the line for New England Denver if Bo Nix would have been able to play?
Well, there weren't any hypotheticals ahead of time, but my guess is that Denver probably would have been about a 2 or maybe 2.5 point favorite. Other people may tell you differently, but my guess is Denver probably would have been a hair less than 3.
Mm-hmm. Well, he moved the line. That injury moved the line a lot. Then it shows you how key of that injury was.
Yeah, and, Peyton got out in front of it. He'd already done his media obligations when he went back in the locker room and found out about it. And then he, went back to see the media and, expressed his confidence in Stidham, or Stiddy as he called him. Now, Peyton's had success with backup quarterbacks. I believe Bridgewater, I think, went 5-1 with the Saints. I guess that was when they still had Breeze, like 5 or 6 years ago. And then, Jameis had some success when he came in and got some starts. So, he can, if anybody can do it, in terms of a QB whisperer, it's Peyton. So, we'll see. After my, like I said, I'm cold as ice in the NFL. I haven't bet either game. My leans are to the Broncos and the Seahawks, but your listeners are warned they might want to fade me. I've been ice cold the last 2 weeks.
Well, when you look at this game, though, it looks like these defenses they're pretty strong. So what do you think is key for one of these teams covering either way?
I mean, as always, the turnover battle. Which quarterback's going to take better care of the ball? Obviously, Denver was creating turnovers last week. 5 of them, right? 4 on Allen, and Cook had a fumble as well. So turnovers are always key. If Stidham can take care of the football, he's got an outstanding defense. We'll see how, we'll see how the running game works. But I don't think Peyton will coach with Stidham's, hands tied behind his back. I think Peyton will call the game how he's going to call the game. And, the line adjustment is, Stidham hasn't even played in a game since 2023, and he's only got 4 career starts, and now you're thrust into starting in a game of such magnitude. It's a tall ask, and we'll see how it goes.
We were talking earlier that the some people believe the Super Bowl winner comes out of the NFC, that the Super Bowl is being played. Rams, Seahawks. Would either one of those, are they going to be favored over either AFC team?
Oh, yeah, that assumption is a good one because FanDuel's hypotheticals right now have Seattle minus 8.5 against Denver, Seattle minus 3.5 against the Patriots. The Rams are minus 8.5 against the Broncos, and the Rams are also 3.5 against the Patriots.
That's kind of odd that both teams have the pretty much same lines.
Mm-hmm. It's a coin toss, right? Rams and Seahawks, basically.
Yeah, especially when we see the difference in New England being favored by 4.5. I guess the thought process is that if Stidham leads them to a win, he'll be brimming with confidence. I guess that's the thought process.
Are you giving a little edge to home teams because you said you were leaning Broncos, Seahawks? Is that kind of a difference for you there?
Yeah, even back in those Brady teams, they struggled going into Mile High. Altitude. Obviously New England's used to the cold, but the altitude factor. So Denver, I'm not looking at their home record right now. I think they had a couple of home losses though. But yeah, I think the home field, getting the points, and and I just think that any other coach with a backup quarterback that hadn't played in a couple of years, I would be super concerned. And not that I'm not concerned, but I kind of just trust Sean Payton in that regard. So yeah, those are my thoughts there.
Let's talk some college basketball. Bet Saracen comes out with the early line for Razorback games, and they've already put out an Arkansas LSU line. It is 9.5. Arkansas favored by 9.5. I was telling Joe, I expect Arkansas to win by double digits at home against LSU. Arkansas is just a different animal at home. In fact, all 3 of their SEC games, they've won by, they were up 40, took out the starters, up 30, took out the starters, and beat Tennessee by, I think, 11. I know it was double digits, so I expect Arkansas to beat LSU by double digits. I like Arkansas minus 9.5.
Yeah, I talked about this game on the podcast I do for Southeastern 16 YouTube channel. I made Arkansas a 13-point favorite. Arkansas has had a couple of hiccups on the road, but Auburn's always tough at home, and Georgia's having a fantastic season. But great performance by Arkansas against Vandy, South Carolina, and like you said, Tennessee. Yeah, you're right. That was an 11-point win, and I expect Arkansas to win by double digits. Big fan of them, minus the 9.5.
How about Florida? Your Gators, speaking of Auburn, they own Auburn down there in Gainesville. What do you expect Saturday?
Yeah, Florida has won 15 in a row at home over Auburn. Auburn has not tasted victory at the O-Dome since 1996. And not just that, 11 of the 15 wins have been by 12 or more, and 10 have been by 16 or more. Like Arkansas, I made Florida a 13-point favorite in this game. Ken Palm has it at 10. So if it's 12 or fewer, I'll be jumping on the Gators. They just beat LSU by 18 at home. They obviously had what I thought was the game of the weekend last weekend at Vanderbilt. I was there, and they beat Oklahoma by 17, beat Tennessee by 24, and Georgia by 15. So 5-game winning streak straight up and ATS for the Gators, and 4 of the wins by 15 or more. So I'll be liking the Gators at 12 or fewer. I might even would lay up to 13.
Right now, I think Florida's the best team in the SEC. The way Cheney Lou's playing, and they got just enough guard play. I think they're the team to beat in the SEC.
Yeah, and FanDuel's got the updated odds to win the SEC regular season championship, and they have Florida at minus 210, and I'm going there because Arkansas's odds are either the second or third shortest almost there. Alabama is plus 400, and Arkansas is plus 900 or 9-1. A&M 17-1, Vandy 20-1, and Kentucky 22-1.
UFC this weekend.
Let me ask one more basketball question. Alabama's odds, are they going down with Bediako coming back and playing for them, going from the G League to Alabama in 1 week?
What are we doing here with that, man? I want Kyle Trask back. I mean, he's barely played in the NFL. This is nuts, man. I mean, he hasn't played for Bama since the 2023 NCAA tournament, but he's a 7-footer and a shot blocker, and Tennessee's, pretty big inside. So, I mean, I doubt he'll get a lot of playing time, but he may get 8 to 12 minutes and probably help them defensively. Ken Palm's got Alabama -4 at home to Tennessee. I made Bama 6. So, at 5 or fewer, I'll be probably looking to get on Bama in that one on Saturday.
We're trying to get Daniel Gafford to come back for Arkansas.
Right?
They need a big
man.
man.
He's questionable tonight. He might be banged up.
Or he may be visiting Calipari, and they're working through the process, see what it takes to get him back.
There you go.
UFC this weekend, Brian. It's UFC 324 and back-to-back weekends of UFC 324, 325 next weekend. But how are you feeling about the card coming up Saturday?
Well, I love Derek Lewis, plus 267. He's facing Waldo Cortez, and none of Cortez's victories were impressive to me. His hit list, the names, didn't impress me very much. And Lewis is knocked out the number 4 ranked heavyweight, the number 2 ranked heavyweight. He's won back-to-back in 3 of his last 4, and I just don't ever understand why he's such a generous underdog. He's getting up there in age, but, hey, he'll be 41 in 2 weeks, but he looked pretty young and pretty agile his last 2 knockout wins. So I'll take him plus 267. And then the main event, look, Patty the Batty's the younger man against Gaethje. But Gaethje's been pretty smart about he puts himself in harm's way, and, he's been in wars and taken damage, but he usually only fights once a year, maybe twice a year, and he's had a lot of time off. And you look at who Patty's beaten here recently, he beat a bunch of, fading stars, like Tony Ferguson, King Green, and, gosh, I'm blanking on Michael Chandler. Those guys are all way past their prime. Not that Gaethje isn't past his prime, but he bounced back from the Holloway loss with a really nice performance against Fiziev, who's a big 155er, and Gaethje just pieced him up. Patty's never been in the octagon with anybody anywhere close to the stand-up skills that Gaethje has. Now, if Patty can get him down on the ground and make it a ground fight, then I like his chances. But I got to go with Gaethje plus 200. Really, the only fighter that's ever been able to get Gaethje to the ground and keep him there was Khabib Nurmagomedov. But Khabib did that to everybody. So I like Gaethje's chances at plus 200. Just taking those two right there. If we get a split, we'll get a nice 1-unit profit. Hopefully we'll sweep and win several units.
Exciting times for UFC, now on Paramount Plus, so no more pay-per-views, and that starts this weekend. And also, Dana White mentioned that they're going to have boxing on Friday night and then have the UFC card on Saturday night. So got a lot going on there.
Yeah, good stuff. After a long hiatus for the UFC, it's very rare that they have no cards over 3 weekends in a row. So excited to have them back this weekend.
Ryan, thank you. Great stuff. Best of luck in the NFL this weekend. This is it. You're going to turn it around right here. This is the weekend.
I'm going to need it. My NFL has been garbage. But you guys have a great weekend. Thanks for having me as always.
Thank you, Brian.
Brian Edwards, VegasInsider.com. All right, we'll take a break. Final break of the day. When we come back, we'll wrap this thing up. Hit the Middleton Heat and Air text line. I'll check live fan feedback. And I've got a deal for our listeners. Buzz listeners, stick around. Got a good deal for you. Stick around. It's Out of Bounds.
Make your yard the envy of the neighborhood with top quality equipment from Cabot Outdoors. Right now, purchase a Hustler Fast Track Series mower and receive a free pressure washer. An unbeatable bonus of up to $799. But hurry to get an extra $500 off. Supplies are limited. The Hustler Fast Track delivers precision, comfort, and durability for homeowners who demand more. Stop by Cabot Outdoors, 901 South Pine Street in Cabot, or take a look on Facebook.
You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state, only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
If you're watching football this weekend, you know how it goes. Somebody's always hungry by the first quarter. So call Pizza Hut and get the Big New Yorker for just $10. Our biggest pizza for the biggest games. These slices are huge, like use two hands and fold it huge. Feed your crew and order ahead at pizzahut.com or in the app.
Pizza Hut!
Ask for limited time offer. Prices, participation, and availability may vary. Additional charge for extra toppings, max 3 and extra cheese. Taxes, tip, and delivery fee not included.
Hey, it's David Basil for Luxury Pool and Spa. Can you feel it in the air? Oh, I can. It's hot tub season, and I love my hot tub from Luxury Pool and Spa. You can too. They have Fantasy and Caldera hot tubs in stock and ready for delivery. Luxury Pool and Spa also carries Serona Spa chemicals and frog systems. I use both in my hot tub. You gotta have them. Luxury Pool and Spa also has Pollywood Adirondack outdoor furniture for sitting around your fire pit with family and friends. Live the life of luxury with Luxury Pool and Spa in Conway and Russellville. LuxuryPoolArkansas.com.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Pro Savings Days are on at Lowe's. Get up to 35% off select major appliances. Plus, My Lowe's Pro Rewards members get an additional 5% off when you buy 5 or more select GE, Whirlpool, and Electrolux kitchen or laundry major appliances. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 123. Discount valid to My Lowe's Pro Rewards members only. Exclusions and other restrictions apply. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See associate or Lowe's.com for details. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Visit Lowe's.com/terms for details. Subject to change.
In today's digital world, compliance isn't just a box to check, it's a necessity. Network Services Group will help you navigate the complex landscape of cybersecurity regulations, making sure your business stays compliant and secure. Stay ahead of the curve. Focus on what really matters, growing your business. Network Services Group, your partner in compliance for banks and medical organizations.
Network Services Group. One call does it all.
Is your yard ready for whatever Mother Nature throws your way? At Acadie's Touch Landscaping, we make sure it is. Whether it's weatherizing your flower beds for the seasons ahead, building strong retaining walls to prevent erosion, or installing French drains to keep water where it belongs, we've got you covered. And when it's time to elevate your outdoor space, we build custom decks perfect for relaxing or entertaining. Call 501-794-2770. To transform your yard into a space you love, rain or shine. Acadie's Touch Landscaping, 501-794-2770, where we bring the green to your life.
Out of Bounds on 103.7 The Buzz, live from the TruService Credit Union Studios.
It's beautiful, it's bittersweet.
Back at it. Earlier, Joe and I were talking about Mean Girls, put on by Stage 13 out at Wildwood. I went last night, watched it. It was awesome. Biased, of course, my daughter's in it, and her friends. And we met a couple of them. Came up, and they were on the show earlier to promote it. And they were awesome. It really was. Fantastic show. Joe's going tonight. And I was we were encouraging everybody to go tonight because of the weather. Looks like Friday, Saturday's a no-go, and then it's only 1 week, and it just sucks they're putting in all this practice rehearsals and not getting to perform it many times. So we were encouraging everyone to go tonight. Just got this for Buzz listeners. Use the code SNOWDAY. Buy one ticket, get one free.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Trying to get as many people out there, and just in case this is the last time they get to perform Mean Girls, if you would like to go, there you go. Go to their the Stage 13 website, and you can buy tickets there and use the code SNOWDAY. Buy one ticket, get one free. Bam. Buzz listeners only. Hope
it's getting the exclusive.
There you go. Yeah. I can't wait to hear what you think about it after you go tonight. NFL awards are out, or the
Nominees.
finalist for the
finalists.
awards.
So for MVP, Josh Allen, Trevor Lawrence, Drake May, Christian McCaffrey, Matt Stafford. Now, most think that it's going to come down to Matt Stafford, Drake May, and there have been years in the past where they've only done 3 finalists, but the voting must have been so close here where you had 5 guys that were included. And when you look at Christian McCaffrey, he was in a number of different categories. So he was in MVP, Offensive Player, or let's see, Comeback Player of the Year. He was in for that also. So then when we go to Defensive Player of the Year, Will Anderson Jr., Nick Bonito, Aiden Hutchinson, Micah Parsons, and the guy who's going to win it, Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
He should be a 2-time winner when it's all said and done.
Yeah.
Offensive Player of the Year, Christian McCaffrey. He is in that category. Drake May, Puka Nacua, Bijan Robinson, and Jackson Smith and Jigba. Offensive Rookie of the Year.
That's a tough one right there.
I think McCaffrey's going to win it, though.
Do you?
I think McCaffrey is going to win Offensive and Comeback Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Offensive Rookie of the Year, Jackson Dart, Emeka Egbuka, Trey Henderson, Ted McMillan, Tyler Shuck. Tyler Shuck, he came on late because he started late season.
Dart
had some injuries, so that could take away from him overall. Emeka Egbuka had a really good season, solid season, and Trey Henderson, he came on as the season went on. So we've seen with Offensive Rookie of the Year, it's not necessarily treated like MVP. It's more wide open, where it's not just about a quarterback. It's about some of those other offensive weapons. So, I mean, I would think edge would go to Jackson Dart, but wouldn't be surprised if one of those other players won. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Abdul Carter, James Pierce Jr., who's Falcons defensive end, Carson Schlesinger, Browns linebacker, Xavier Watts, Falcons safety, and Nick Emenwari, Seahawks defensive back. That's a toss-up.
Yeah.
I have no idea there. Now, comeback player does get interesting because you have a lot of worthy players here. Stephon Diggs, Aiden Hutchinson, Trevor Lawrence, Christian McCaffrey, Dak Prescott.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Coach of the Year. This is going to be tough also because you had coaches that got in and turned these teams around that had high draft picks, and then they had a lot of success. Liam Cohen.
Yeah.
Ben Johnson. Mike McDonald, whose team is in NFC Championship game. Kyle Shanahan, who did a lot with that roster, all the injuries they dealt with. Then Mike Vrabel, whose team is in AFC Championship game.
Almost feels like the MVP for me. It's 2. Vrabel and Ben Johnson.
Oh, I mean, yeah, but Liam Cohen. But they didn't have as much ground to cover as Patriots and Bears. But Mike McDonald, they turned over their roster, and they had a better season than they did his first season.
New quarterback?
Yeah. They turned it over. But Ben Johnson, Vrabel, the 2 new hires that stand out. And along with Liam Cohen, he's a new hire also. Kyle Shanahan, job he did.
Oh, it's incredible.
Okay, assistant coach of the year, Vic Fangio, Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
Brian Flores, who's up for some head coaching jobs. Clint Kubiak, who's up for some head coaching jobs. Josh McDaniels. And let's see. So you have 2 OCs, 3 DCs, and Vance Joseph, Broncos defensive coordinator. So those are all the finalists there. And
that's a tough call.
That'll be announced Thursday before Super Bowl, so that'll be February 5th.
Yeah, they turned that into a primetime event on Thursday nights. I think,
and each category, they have a sponsor for each category.
I think it goes to the network hosting the Super Bowl, right?
It does.
So it'll be on Thursday night, NBC.
NBC and NFL Network.
Okay. Middleton Heat and Air text line. This is, who's this from? It's Jeff. Jeff says, I hope I have power down here in Monroe so I can watch the game. Jeff, I hope you do too, man. That North Louisiana, South Arkansas area, man, doesn't look good. Man, good luck to you. Boyd says, Wes, let's talk about Acuff and Knox as if they have one more year at Fayetteville. We can't say they won't be there until they make an announcement. Boyd, you can talk that way. I'm not. Acuff is gone. I'm pretty sure Knox is gone too. Enjoy Acuff. Anything on the live fan feedback, Wes? Well, let me look. There is. Weird. The playoffs this week are the Mikes versus the Seans. Sean McKay versus Mike McDonald. Sean Payton versus Mike Vrabel.
That's funny.
That is good. Fernando Mendoza became the 5th quarterback this century to win both the Heisman Trophy and the national championship in the same season. Who are the other 4?
See, there have been some conflicts to that because at first it said there were 6, and then, well, I guess this century, I guess that's why it goes down to 5. But first it was said to be 6, then it was said to be 4, and now it's said to be 5. But Charlie Ward goes back to 90s.
Maybe this decade. Or in the 2000s, Matt Leinart, Cam Newton, Jameis Winston, and Joe Burrow. Appreciate y'all. Thanks for writing in. I hope y'all have a great night. We'll be back here tomorrow. Steve Sullivan, Neil Atkinson. We'll get ready for the playoffs, Arkansas LSU. But stick around. Drive Time Sports is next.
Welcome to Moe's. Everyone knows that coming into Moe's for our Mo Monday special is the best deal in burritos. But what about those other 6 days? Well, let